Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Oke, akhirnya kita balik lagi guys. Kita nobar.
Dyer's ban. Only 10 seconds.
Sekarang kita nobar Secret versus Brem ya.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Bracketnya bentar. Bracketnya ada kok tadi. Nah ini dia. Kopas dulu. Alright. Si Gilar sudah memaham aja. Lama banget tadi game ininya, game Viking.gg. Sumpah, gue yang nonton Viking.gg capek banget.
Dark Seer.
Dire team pick.
Enchantress.
Aduh, ada aja ya. Lama banget tuh game tadi barusan. Dan kita bakal masuk ke game Secret walai. Kenapa ini tidak ada gambarnya?
10 seconds to pick.
Grimstroke Medusa Enchantress. Ini Viking.gg. Bukan dari Viking.gg, Secret yang kita mau nonton. Hey. Wah, ngantuk gue. Kenapa Viking.gg kan baru selesai? Kenapa replaynya kita tonton, Haji Bambang?
Radiance ban.
Aduh, Secret berhadapan dengan tim Brem. Rame ada nih. Brem, SS Spartan, Skylark, Focus Wish ya. Secret, ini penentuan sih. Kalau gue mau sambil ngeliat bracket. Gila sih nih. Ini bracket kacau banget sih. Posisinya Secret terancam banget. Gue waktu tidak sama sekali. Dan OG juga nanti penentuannya di game terakhir antara OG dan Liquid. Ini penentuan semua sih, Brem, OG, Secret. Sulit.
Only 10 seconds.
Nobar kita nobar. Jangan lupa dibantu share juga guys. Ini bentuk kangen katanya tadi, kangen ya disiarin, kalau enggak ya udah ya kan.
Radiant team are now picking.
Kalau kayak tadi itu semangat banget gak guys ya anjir. Gue lama banget gak nge-cash. Dan ketika teman-teman mulai rame, terus juga kayak memang pengen di-cashin ya, let's go. Tapi kalau
10 seconds to pick.
Juga Secret.
5 seconds remain. Radiant team.
Centaur offline sekarang lagi meta banget cuy. Snapfire. Ini permasalahan cuma satu nih, kenapa gambarnya nggak ada dari top?
Only 10 seconds. Dire team pick.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Magnus, Snapfire. Udah kelihatan kombonya dari tim Secret. Ini siapa yang pakai nih? Zai atau Nisha? Offline sih kayaknya. Atau bisa juga Papi drop.
Only 10 seconds.
Bisa ya Papi yang ngambil Magnusnya nanti ya.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Dyer's ban.
Pugna. Burstnya bagus sih dari Brem nih. Pugna story juga oke, foreman-nya juga kuat harusnya dengan dia punya Pugna Centaur. Tinggal satu core farming.
10 seconds to pick.
Medusa di ban gak sih? Masa iya gak di ban?
5 seconds remain.
X annoying banget sekarang.
Radiance ban.
sayang.
Only 10 seconds.
Pantas.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Dyer's ban.
Kok kayak nggak ini tadi?
Radiance ban.
Harusnya Secret bisa menangin game ini sih. Penentuan hidup dan matinya dia untuk lanjut atau tidak sama sekali.
Dyer's ban. Radiance ban. Ten seconds to pick.
You make best situation out of no situation.
5
You make
seconds.
best
Hurry,
situation
hurry.
Out of no situation.
Asik banget.
You make best situation out of no situation. You make best situation out of no situation.
Radiant team are
Kayak
now
mau
picking.
12 jam gua tadi. Sempat nge-break dulu gua 1 jam. Ya, dari jam setengah satu, setengah dua, jadinya 1. Kembali lagi jam 1. Live lagi, let's go. Temenin yuk, kita begadang ya nobar yuk.
10 seconds to pick.
Paling aman Alliance sih sudah ini untuk
5
Mayer.
seconds remain.
Gue sambil ngeliat bracketnya. Alliance Liquid sama Nigma. Penentuan untuk 2, pasti 2. Nigma juga penentuan kalau dia mau aman ya malam ini menang. Kalau kalah ya bisa kacau juga. Lawannya Tundra kayaknya udah pasti enggak. Kalau dia menang 3-4 enggak naik sih dia.
Dire team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Winter Wyvern. Lock areanya udah bagus.
Only 10 seconds.
Yuk dibantu like-nya dulu yuk.
5 seconds.
Like dulu ya, like dulu ya.
Hurry.
Berapa orang sih nonton? 3 orang. Boleh lah, sabi lah. Yuk di like dulu yuk. Kita nobar. Ya teman-teman boleh dibantu like dulu kali ya. Yuk di like dulu yuk. Ada siapa aja di sini sih? Absen coba ngapa? Gilar. Nah 2 orang yang nonton 2 like kan? Cakep. Satunya siapa cuy? Ntar kalau misalnya kalah poin 3-4 game terakhir 3-4 Ini harus menang 4-3 jadinya.
Radiant team pick.
Wah, berat banget nih Secret, harus menang banget nih game. Ayo. Woi, ayo carry kah?
Dire team are now picking.
Wraith King.
Ini gambarnya kenapa gak ada sih? Anjim, kok gak ada gambarnya malah.
Dire's ban.
Gyrocopter. Enggak, ayo support udah pasti. Udah ada Gyrocopter juga. Mainan 3 enak nih, tinggal 1 support. 4
Radiant's
harusnya
ban.
terakhir untuk tim Brame.
Ten seconds to pick. 5 seconds remain. Dire's ban. Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Right, King.
10 seconds to pick.
Save Magnus carry. Atau enggak Magnus
5
offlane.
seconds remain.
Magnus offlane. Tinggal 1 mid lane yang disimpan punya Nisha.
Dire team pick.
Razor Storm. Iya, satu hero mid lane sih harusnya. Sama-sama cari. Enggak, ini Pukna mid kan? Berarti 1 support 4 harusnya.
Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Itu yang di atas gak kelihatan gitu. Iya, Rob. Nggak tahu kenapa.
Radiant team are now picking.
Pack.
Yap. Berarti mid pack support.
Templar Assassin.
Templar Assassin misalnya. Dia butuh burst damage tambahan sih. Good. Here we go. Secret berada dengan tim Brame. Kita nobar bareng ya. Jangan lupa dibantu share juga teman-teman. Ya nonton 2 orang ya udah santai lah. Ada Robby, ada siapa, santai lah, enjoy. Gak rame ya nonton, gak apa-apa. Kangen ngekes aja sih gue. Sumpah gue gara-gara game tadi Galaxy Racer sama AG, gue jadi kayak kangen banget ngekes. Dapat hype-nya sih. Beberapa waktu ini kan sibuk banget ketika gue dapat. Karena ngekes itu gue feel cuy. Feel juga ngepengaruhin. Kalau lu feel lu lagi enak, mood lu enak banget ngekes, itu bakal kebawa suasananya lo. Irfan, halo Van. Mantap. Jangan lupa dibantu like juga guys ya. Yang nonton 4 berarti yang like harus 4. Maksa. Perbaiki tempat duduk. Here we go. Secret berhadapan dengan tim Brame, Right King, raja dari segala raja. Gue udah nggak sabar gue. Secret kawan lah. Kasih game terakhir lu di PS itu yang terbaik.
You make best situation out of no situation. You make best situation out of no situation.
Why, thank you.
Line upnya ada Papi dengan Winter Wyvern, Yapzor Snapfire, Nisa Templar Assassin, Magnus Zai, Matum Bambang, Matum Baming, Right King ya. Dari tim Brem ada Focus, Gyrocopter, Wispak, SS Spartan. Ayo. Pukna,
เกมที่ดี
Tomahe namanya Tomahe, Skylark, Central Warrunner. Udah rame ini Chatwheel, udah siap-siap terima kuping kita ya. Dengan keseruan dan kepadatan Chatwheel ini harusnya dari kedua tim. Absen Julio, Gabe, jangan lupa dibantu like dulu teman-teman. Ini rindunya kalian. Wah, balik pas Nigma Jul agak simpen kuota. Woi, siap Bob. Siap Rob. Bang Mayor nobar nggak? Ayo. Gua gini sih. Gua tuh sekarang kayak kan kerjaan gua lumayan nih. Jadi kayak cash tuh juga jarang banget, paling main-main doang, mau viewer sekarang. Tapi kalau misalnya kalian mau nonton, ya gue sih ayo-ayo aja gitu loh. Tapi gue ya nggak cash maksimal, paling kayak gini lah. Tapi bener nih, gue kangen nge-cash gara-gara game tadi sih, Age nggak bohong gue. Ketika gue langsung kangen banget gitu anjir nge-cash gitu. Lama banget gue nggak nge-cash ya kan. Here we go. Dan bakal masuk ke gamenya di sini. Game pertama Secret benar-benar tim Brem di PC Upper Division ya. Dan ini adalah momentum dari kedua tim. Semua tim terakhir ini adalah penentuan poinnya mereka. Jadi kita lihat aja. Siapakah yang bakal lolos? Karena Liquid sama, kalau menurut gue setelah gue lihat bracket pun, yang paling aman tuh Liquid sama Alliance sih. Nigma poinnya sama. Jadi semuanya tuh yang paling aman Alliance lah pokoknya. Liquid sama Nigma tuh nanti penentuan di match terakhir. Hari ini juga Nigma bakal main tentunya.
You make best situation out of no situation. You make best situation out of no situation.
Rame ya. Ayo Gironya tapi jalan cuy. Wah mau diambil dong Zai. Oh nggak bisa dikasih sini. Nggak bisa dikasih. Dia benar-benar sudah bawa Tango sama Healing Salve. Dia tahu bakal ke arah habis-habisan juga. Papi juga coba ngelempar Arctic Burn-nya ke arah Centaur. Nisha block creep dulu. Welling Blade juga ya. Setnya Nisa yang mana nih? Iya. Set yang apa namanya Mythic. Wis nih. Wis. Dia dapat bloknya. Fight me. Asik. Dapetin blok yang bagus dari Wish juga di sana. Nisa coba ngandalin splash dari PC Blades-nya. Dapetin pundi-pundi damage-nya nggak terlalu besar, cuma splashan untuk ngeharas juga lumayan bagus nih. Di awal-awal. Ngejar dulu botol dua-duanya dari Wish dan juga Nisha di bagian mid. Tampak berhadapan dengan Templar Reflection nanti bakal bagus banget harusnya buat Nisha untuk ngindarin damage yang bakal dikasih sama Wish. Sebentar di bagian bottom Papi bakal nemenin Matum Baman, Right King dengan support Puknam ya, Puknam 4. Magnus Zai si coba tarik ulur harusnya nanti. Dia mau cari Brazier dulu, nambahin regen HP-nya juga, nambahin Magic Resist juga. Untuk di item di early bagus banget offlaner, ngambil satu Brazier. Magnus offlane kombonya bagus sih. Dan nanti damage tambahan dari Matum Baman pun ketika dia ketika dia dikasih empower nantinya punya damage tambahan ketika sudah memiliki Radiance. Terus tambahannya boleh atau dia right click kayak Armlet Desolator, Armlet Sangiasa, Matum Baman. 1-2 right click di sana. Sakit. Nether Blaze. Dan Rufus yang disiapin sama Centaur tadi. Main ngaras Matum Baman harus pakai salve-nya di sana. Itu Bracer sudah dimilikin juga. Matum Baman, Arctic Burn udah dilempar juga, tapi ke arah Centaur di sana yang dilempar. Belum punya impact yang cukup besar untuk di early-nya. So, santuy. Zai masih di bagian top, dimainin sama Yapzor, Snapfire. Combo RP Mortimer juga bagus nantinya. Meta ya Snapfire juga lagi sering banget dipakai List Rider, lumayan cuy, hancurin armor. Tambah lu main Solar Crash. Oke, pilihan yang bagus untuk early. Hero-hero penghancur armornya ini bagus, dengan Templar Assassin juga ada. Snapfire ada, combo areanya juga dapat. Cuma harus hati-hati nanti combo dari Gyrocaptor Ayo juga.
You make best situation out of no situation.
Arctic pun coba ngeharas di sana. Skylar lumayan keharas ya. Masih ditemani sama Pukna di sana.
A prize.
Charge botolnya diisi lagi dengan 1
Blessings.
bounty. Nasibnya Nisha 20. Wis 20 juga sekarang. Sekarang sempat ngambil bounty dulu tadi. Awalnya sama-sama bagus. Masih kesempatan. Masih punya tether dan overcharge juga. Coba di right clickin sama Yabzor. Dipukul mundur, lumayan keharas di sana. Strider masih disimpan. Cookiesnya juga masih disimpan di sini. Yabzor coba cari kurir kah atau gangguin tadi pulling creepnya. Nggak kelihatan, nggak ada vision. Kemudian diambilin di sana 1 pulling creep dari seorang Spartan yang baikin wave dia supaya nggak terlalu maju creepnya dan ngasih special lumayan cukup besar. Sakit banget Strider cuy.
You
Tapi
make
1-2 hit
best
ini
situation out of no
dari
situation.
creep jungle harus makin salve-nya juga akhirnya dari Yabzornya. Dia masih punya cookies dan Strider level 2. Cookiesnya udah disiapin juga ke arah Zai-nya. Mau gas kah? Atau enggak? Dia full creep dong. Tarik dulu. Lumayan XP-nya cuy. Level 5 sampai level 5 refraction plus Passy Blade level berapa nih? 2. Ngeharas switch-nya di sana lumayan 1-2 hit itu. Midland. Botol masih recharge-nya juga habis header. Coba tadi diharas dengan tether dan overcharge juga masih hidup dari seorang Yabzor. Kebuang lurus Raider lumayan cukup sakit. Cuma Gironya dan Ayo di sini udah punya headers. Double stack? Oh, nggak ke-stack satunya. 5355, detik 53 sama detik 55 tuh bagus. Pasti ketarik 2
Radiant's
wave.
top tower is being attacked.
Pause. Tumbaman. Dia punya Blackstone. Sama bootnya udah on the way. Ya kan, main Armlet Desolator kayaknya. Armlet Desolator. Mau right click. Damage tambahannya dia nggak perlu ke Radiant sih. Ada ya Battle Fury gratis dari empowernya Magnus. Ping bermasalah, pingnya ready, udah siap lagi. Udah siap lagi. Here we go.
Okay, we're unpaused. Go, 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 kill, 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 kill.
Secret masih Blade level 3. Buat Sonic Trap-nya juga udah dikasih untuk ngasih vision juga, memperbesar jarak pandang dari seorang Nisa untuk ngambil rune dari pergerakan di mid lane-nya. Spartan dari bagian belakang, tapi di bagian bawah Yabzornya dapetin first blood-nya sama Matumbaman. Yabzornya mulai jalan dia.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Ada perebutan harusnya di sini. Cookies. Mundur dong. Yabzor. Kita ada Cookies dan List Raider yang lumayan cukup sakit so. Tapi ada haste juga yang dapetin sama Wish Syndrome kalau dari keluarin di Yabzor. Satu inisiasi dari Blaze yang miss, ada rewardnya dikeluarin juga. Coba di healing sama seorang Papi, List Raider coba ngancurin. Rewardnya dapetin gold juga lumayan, mati pun dapat gold juga deh. Kamu gratisan. Skewer ke belakang malah dapat 1 kill. Alright, Zai. No. 1 hit dan masih. Oh, RP-nya naik akhirnya, dia level 5 tadi.
I'm dead.
Sebenarnya kayak di burst Rocket Barrets kayaknya, cuman masih hidup. Dengan modal magic stick dan lain-lain kayaknya masih bisa bertahan. Sementara itu Stomahe satu hit.
The temple.
Present dan satu right click dari seorang Nisha. Awal yang bagus buat Secret harusnya. Joget dong mau tumbaman.
Denied.
Damage-nya sih kalah sih. Damage-nya 90 dengan 9 plus 2. Jadi Nishanya dengan udah punya Blackstone juga lumayan untuk satu dua right click-nya. Stakannya mau coba pelan-pelan diambil kan. Mau langsung ke Desolator kayaknya. Tapi ada yang nggak ke stuck tadi. Ada yang nggak ke stuck. Nah tuh udah dilihatin kan, satu nggak ke stuck dia. Ini 3 stuck. Atau ada something miss. Enak banget versi Blades-nya. Arcane Ring duluan yang diambil. Zai udah punya Arcane. Ngumpulin pundi-pundi nabung untuk ke Blink Dagger-nya untuk open nantinya dengan combo RP. Akan juga mulai diambilin juga sama teman-teman dari tim Ngebrem. Beverage. Cuman sampai Spartan. Temponya santai, tapi nih tuh Nisa lumayan 1000 terpaut di sini.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Beres lagi.
You make best situation out
Charge.
of no situation.
Level 6 juga dari Skylar. Tempetnya udah available juga. Double at 1, Optum 1, Retaliatnya level 3. Tembaman juga udah level 3. Dia menuju ke Armulet. Maelstrom disiapin juga sama fokus di sini. Dengan Power Card dan Red Band dan juga Magic Wand udah disiapin. Bisa sambil pelan-pelan ngambil stakan juga ngejar. Oh dia beli dagger dulu. Pause lagi, lag lagi dari Bram. Apakah ini pertanda yang bagus buat tim Secret? Atau doang gue bilang ya. Welcome teman-teman yang baru gabung, enjoy ya. Tadi lumayan rame yang request pengen disiarin, ya udah ayo siarin. Pause ya, masih nge-lag dari tim Bram. Langsung di RP keyword tuh hero di sana. 2 hero SS Spartan atau Maman juga mulai datang di sana. Sudah ada satu Red Blast juga udah lempar SS Spartan, harus bisa di take down, harus sebentar lagi. Coba dikejar lagi ke arah fokus. 1 hit, 2 hit, TP away untuk balik. Nice. Good. Momentum Zai RP tadi ya. RP dan 2 hero bisa di secure ke bagian tower. Tapi ketemu dong. Ya. Agar War Timber sih. Papi bakal bisa di take down. Bisa nyelamatin Papi ngejar XP sih tadi, nyari level 6-nya juga. Menit 9, 4-2 skor sementara. Kali kelasin kayaknya. Coba ngeharas dari Zai-nya. Zai harus hati-hati, sakit banget di sini. Skewer ke belakang, mati dong Zai-nya cuy. Ayonya juga masih tebel banget. Mati Zai-nya.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Secret, I'm dead.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Maelstromnya masih difokusin sama fokus juga. Fokus Maelstrom. Udah ngambil Hopping Missile 1. Ya, Rocket Barrage-nya maksimal. Flag Cannon-nya 2. Belum ngambil cooldown. Semangat bang. Yoi, semangat. Pause lagi.
I'm dead.
Ya dibantu like dulu yuk. Thank you Rendra. Pause dulu sementara ya. Masih nggak bagus kayaknya ping dari tim Brem. Network Nisha sini udah punya Blink Dagger atau Desolator. Ntar lagi. Tadi dia mau kayak Blink Dagger tapi milih ke Desolator supaya cepat juga. Kalau 1 kali menang clash bisa langsung ke Roshan. Blink Dagger disiapin. Dia bikin beli clocknya dulu. Snappy langsung glimmer. Ntar Wyvern-nya menuju ke Mechans Guardian maybe. Master Maganim 400 lagi bisa. Beli Maelstrom permudah farming juga. Ya malah si Ayo sama Giro tuh kalau gandeng mulu tuh XP sih yang kebagi. Walaupun strong mau di burst tuh nggak langsung instan. Timnya sih.
Why, thank you.
I'm dead.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Gue belum beli loh. Ntar gue mau beli deh.
เป็นเกมที่ดี เป็นเกมที่ดี
I'm dead. You make best situation out of no situation.
Utility mana boy? 284. Kalau OG apa OG? OG.
Dude, I love this game so much, man. I can't believe it. Lose together, win together, slay together, slay together, slay together.
Asik. Ini ya lucu ya.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Run!
Stop jungling. Let's push.
Ini harganya. Oh, dapat semuanya kalau kita beli ini. Oh.
I'm dead. You make best situation out of no situation.
boy.
Lucu ya. Nikma apa Nikma?
I'm not sure this was a smart move.
You just got
But I take it.
bamboozled. I'm really worried about you.
Ininya bagus ya punya Nikma ya. Loading screen-nya. Terus berapa?
Бежим. Бей его дальше.
Apa itu?
Это.
Gak ngerti. Cipaus leg. Legging.
You make best situation out of no situation. You make best situation out of no situation.
Masih kita tungguin. Gue mau bikin kopi dulu kayaknya.
Why, thank you.
Hilang.
Why, thank you.
Once again, digital sports. Dire structures are fortified.
I'm dead.
Alright.
You make
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
you make best situation out of no situation.
Interesting.
Don't mind if I do.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Double damage.
Radiant's middle tower is taking
I'm dead.
quite a spree.
You took that jape too far.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant's top tower is being attacked. Has fallen to the Radiant. Dire's middle tower is being attacked. Dire have fortified their towers. Dire's bottom tower under fire.
My bones paved the lawn.
Baru tinggal bentar langsung berantem aja. Yoi, Golden bakal dikeluarin Nisha karena inisiasi dari Golden juga di sana. Desolator cukup sakit, Kuki coba dilempar tadi ke arah fokus. Saya masih selamat, refleksinya masih available, dia masih menjadi Desolator, Bling Dagger dan juga menit 16 cuy. Halo Bang, halo Anton. Sorry tadi tinggal bentar bikin kopi. Jangan lupa ngopi guys. Mantap. Kopi.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Networknya langsung beda 4000 di sini guys. Mantap. Tim Secret masih memimpin dan dia juga punya Aegis masinya. Yang baru datang jangan lupa bantu like-nya juga dan jangan lupa juga pastinya kalian bikin kopi ya, begadang.
A bounty which my matriarch will prize.
Bakal gue temenin untuk nobar. Tim Secret berhadapan dengan tim Brem yang pastinya di game pertama masih di sini. Masih game pertama.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Pembaman dia udah punya armulet, Bling Dagger, Desolator mungkin next atau Sangeasa.
Dire's top tower is being attacked. Dire's top tower is
udah ada juga di
destroyed.
tangannya
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
combo empower yang udah dikasih ke Matumbaman juga bagus banget ini tentunya.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Lucky find.
Bacot. Ini datang bacot. Apa lu, Pai? Sehat, Pai? Datang bacot. Masa lu dilahirin mak lu langsung keluar bacot gitu? Enggak kan? Datang tuh apa kayak?
Two innocent lives taken.
Gak asik. Gua nggak suka nih yang kayak gini. Datang bacot. Lu siapa ya datang bilang bacot ya kan? Gak suka gue. Mau kenal sekalipun. Gak asik. Gak asik gitu, kayak lu kayak di sekolahin emak lu datang tuh bukannya halo apa kabar bang begini assalamualaikum selamat malam selamat pagi, datang bilang bacot tuh. Gua nggak peduli mau lu siapa anak presiden, nggak peduli gua anjing. Lu siapa lain lu keluarga gue, kenal kagak anjing, akrab kagak, bisa bilangin gua bacot. Gak suka gue kayak gitu. Nisa bakal bisa di take down kah? Udah satu kill dulu dia ke Gironya. Alright, dapetin 1 kill. Dia masih punya Aegis. Ini robek sih Skylark kan. Tinggal. Kayak cringe kan Ton, kayak lu datang. Kayak lu kan datang, halo bang, halo gitu. Datang ya.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Channel gua ya kan, jadi bawel gua kan. Wis. Inisiasi di sana bakal bisa super dengan super. Secret. Nggak mau lama-lama dia. Parah. Dapat 1 barak di mid lane. Strong banget sih ini Rero-nya nih. Hancurin armor banget. api hero. Tuh mau dibantuin di sana sama coba ngeburst dengan satu gaya power juga. Stampede untuk paling mundur. Aganim. Alright. Tuira sudah disiapin juga.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Yes, this will do just fine.
Monster kill. In concordance with the rules of Dota, only
Wah, skewernya cakep. Dorong ke belakang gua aja udah scalar kayak mati juga lagi. Lagi.
double kill.
Marah bosku.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Secret udah nggak mau ngasih ampun.
Dire's top
Masih
tower is
22
being
menit.
attacked. Dire's
Masih diri
top
teman-teman
tower
tim
has
Secret.
Dire's
Baman.
bottom tower is
Gue
being
rasa harus sudah available di jalan. Siap.
Dire's bottom tower under fire. Dire's bottom tower is fallen.
Karena udah jauh banget sih.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Skornya dengan network 18.000. Ini berat banget buat Brem. 23 menit masih. Agak nih BKB. PC Blades. Plusnya sampai ke yang belakang. 18.000 network di Indonesia. Berat banget ini buat Brem. Kecuali dia bener-bener fatal banget pas lagi warnya nanti. Satu.
Blessings.
You make best situation out of no situation.
Udah mau lompat
Bounty,
kemana lagi
which
dia
will
udah
make
punya
you
harga
a
nih.
prize.
Alright. Dia dapat Nisha. Skylar coba nyelamatin. Pokoknya bakal bisa take down. For hero di sana RP-nya kakak kena 3 tambah ulti papi. Keyword 2 dulu jauh-jauh ke sana dan bakal digebukin. Karena kayak matiin wins-nya di sini. Kalau udah dikeluarin kesempatan bakal di take down. Fokusnya juga bakal di take down dan GG. What? Udah nih.
A vicious double slang. Radiant victory.
Udah dong. Game pertama aja 24 menit anjing. Wow. Secret. Game pertamanya cepet banget cuy. Mungkin udah gak mau lama-lama, ya kan? Siapa ngechat ini?
Well, there you have it. Well, I'd like to say we've all learned absolutely nothing about ourselves as people today, but we've learned even less about each other. And in the end, that's the only true meaning of Christmas.
Udah 1-0 tim Secret. Game pertamanya cepet banget. Nah sama kayak gini ya guys. Ada waktunya kita bercanda, ada waktunya kita serius sebenarnya. Kalau gue tuh santai. Kayak gue mau live ini pun karena ada request gitu kan. Kalian pengen mendengar nge-cast gitu. Terus gue nggak tahu kenapa gitu. Gue berusaha baik sama orang gitu kan, gak ada masalah apa-apa. Lu datang bilang bacot gitu. Ya udah, gue diem, kita nobar doang kok. Cuma attitude-nya kayak nggak ada. Gue kenal sama orangnya, cuman nggak tahu kenapa ada masalah apa. So ya udah. Nanti balik lagi di game kedua sambil nunggu-nunggu. Enjoy tentunya ya di sini. Ngopi dulu guys, jangan lupa sambil ngopi. Bawa ngopi dulu tuh.
clicking, it'll be fine. And then it's just like, you're just putting yourself in an unnecessarily difficult spot. I really think it's that simple.
And I think, I don't know, the more and more I see TA, this hero, it's not on Medusa level.
Okay.
But this hero is pretty insane. The timings you can hit, and you can solo win games.
It's just incredibly punishing.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to it.
Yep.
You lose
That's a good way to
objectives,
put it.
they take Roche, they get the Ag Scepter. You can't move. You literally can't go anywhere because the trap is effectively death. Like, you will die to a trap.
Well, it is an easy solution, though. Just don't let Nisha play the TA. We'll see what he gets his hands on for this game round. Of course, he had a fantastic game one. We are in the draft. We got an Enchantress ban out by the side of Brame, and they banned out Enchantress Axe previous game. And Team Secret banned out Elder Titan and Lina in game one in the first phase.
Keep the ET ban. I think that's the thing that Brame's shown their best of. Nisha's cracking his knuckles after that last game, by the way. He's just like, all right, here we go. Hopefully I get TA again.
One down, one to go.
He had to wipe the snot that he just knocked out of him from the first game.
Yeah. So let's see if they do deviate at all from the bans. I honestly would like to see Brame even just maybe move up priority of TA themselves. As we mentioned, Wish is an unbelievably
I wanted
good
that
TA
overall
player.
fourth pick TA for Brame last game, and they didn't go for it.
I'm down for it. But I also, you know, I'm fine with IO Pugna in times, but I feel like it does put you in a weird spot. But I like this team when they're able to play aggressive. When Spartan's able to be Spartan. Like IO,
put him on Willow.
Put him on Willow. Put him on something that's gonna get some kills. Put him on some things that can get some setup and do some aggression. IO, you're just sitting behind your core. The only thing you're gonna do is relocate your core into a weird position with you. So I want to see Spartan play something different. Go for a different style.
With all due respect to Spartan, he needs that get out of jail free card. That guy puts himself in some sketchy situations.
It's true.
Way too often that you're like, man, my IO, you're supposed to be like way behind me and you're getting RP'd with me. I don't know about this in the laning phase. It's just how he is, and it's not that. Yeah, there you go. There's the will.
There we go.
There's the get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Now,
much better.
What's the potential that we see a fourth pick morph for Brame?
Very high. They love that combo. Focus on him.
I'm sure Secret's considering it here. Don't want to give them the right. Not only give them the Morph Willow combo, but also give them a good Morph game within the first two picks.
Especially when you banned out ET Lina, two heroes that are excellent versus Morphling. So they could definitely move that priority, maybe even open with AA, something like that if they do expect that kind of
Tiny.
combo. Yeah, I feel like AA Tiny looks good.
Yeah, I think AA Tiny's the dream here.
Because then you just completely remove the option of them. You don't have to waste a ban on it. So I do think that can be a very good approach.
10 seconds.
Is Secret going to be basic? We've been seeing a lot of teams do this AA Tiny first round.
It's good.
Basic is not necessarily bad.
No, it's a very strong combo for a reason.
There he is.
They're going to do it for sure.
And Medusa, wee!
What? No, you guys, didn't you hear the tiny sound?
Yeah, no, he means
I'm
for
saying
Brame.
they go tiny and they respond with Medusa.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Because you don't want to pick the morph anymore.
Yeah, the Medusa's like the only core that is not burstable by AA, so it's either Dusa or Wraith King. Those are pretty much the two prime that I would suspect they go for.
I was thinking Wraith King. Yeah, I feel like that's been like one of the better solutions to the pop.
Instead of trying to dodge the pop, you just tank the pop.
Yeah.
And there's really not many options for that. I guess I'd lean more towards Wraith King just because we can assume it's likely this is a 5 Willow, and it would lane better with the Willow than a Medusa would.
Yeah, absolutely.
But would you pick the Wraith King already now?
You're not getting it second round, so.
I guess so,
It's either now or never.
Well, I guess that's what they're talking about. Do we want to secure that now, or do we have so many options?
A lot of Eastern European teams are first rounding Wraith King.
Beastmaster.
Ooh.
Whoa!
That's a hero that we haven't
I was
heard
not
for
expecting that one.
ages.
Not
Whoa, whoa,
expecting
whoa.
that one at all.
Okay, that is
Is that potentially mid and off lane?
probably more offlane. That is a very Skylark staple that he does love to play back in the day.
Just why here?
That is the question
5
indeed.
seconds. Hurry,
Maybe he feels like he can bully the AA somehow, like whatever lane partner will be with the AA.
Bullying
But
AA.
yeah. Well, Boar is annoying. Boar can actually be pretty annoying as an AA. Can be, I'm saying.
I don't know. AA is pretty dumb in lane.
Yeah. You're a
Pretty
hater.
dumb.
Carry players hating on AA. What a shock.
Wait, no, that's not how it's the games I lane off lane that I hate AA. I love AA when he's on my team. If the guy knows what he's doing, you just buy either like a Null or a Bassi and you just spam your cold touch and chilling touch, or cold feet and chilling touch. It's actually so much damage.
It is.
You just walk out of lane for a sec, pull the small camp, and then say, hey, I'm back to pelt you with 200 magic damage. I'll be back in a bit. See ya.
Only
it's like a
10
total of
seconds.
150 mana or something.
It's
5
strong
seconds.
indeed.
Hurry, hurry.
Centaur ban.
Dire's ban.
Okay.
Yeah, very,
Radiant's
very
ban.
odd draft coming out from Brame. Maybe throwing in a little bit of spice. Everything nice will be nice here. You know, trying to make a powder puff reference.
Dire's
I got it.
ban.
I got it. I heard it. And they'll ban out the Dusa, so still the same thing. You know, they
ban out the Dusa.
Yeah.
Axe is already banned. Centaur. Okay, so I just have to imagine they're thinking Wraith King for Brame.
Has to be, right? I was thinking the TA as well, too, just because this pacing of a
10
lineup. Maybe that's what they're
seconds to
looking
pick.
for. That's the other thing perhaps they're considering with Beastmaster is getting, like, fighting around
5
Roche.
seconds
Playing around, like,
remaining.
Aegis timings.
Yeah, out of all the mid
Radiant's
laners
ban.
that Wish plays, you definitely have to ban TA when you see the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
There's the
Okay.
global presence, right? You had the vision of the traps, you had the vision of the hawk, and eventually you have just so much playmaking everywhere. Terrifying.
Wait, who has the pick out of this one? Sorry, my brain is... I'm having a bit of a brain.
It will be Secret who picks first here.
They didn't ban Wraith King. Secret might just take the
5
Wraith King now, I feel.
seconds. Hurry,
It goes
hurry.
incredibly well with AA.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they may have... I know, they see them ban that
Radiant's turn to
Sven,
roil
because
is
I feel like that's
screwed
why they want the Wraith King, but I
Yeah,
feel like Secret
they're-
can just steal it.
Straight up deny pick, yeah.
And it works really well with their lineup. Good versus the Willow. Well, Willow can go both ways. It can work decently, too.
I like it against Willow.
You like it against Willow?
I like Wraith King against Willow.
I don't mind Willow against Wraith King either, because you got plays around dodging stuns. You're able to like
Only
fear
10
after the
seconds.
reincarnate. You can set up the brambles on top of it
It's
too.
mainly because your way of Willow is to like have the guy be so like Willow's spells are usually pretty low cast range, the ones that do damage. So you're like you're on top of this Wraith King who's not actually getting like he's not hitting you, but he's just burning you with Radiance.
That's true.
But it looks like they choose the Morphling as the
seconds to
deny pick potentially.
Oh, and then they can even go. They can even turn into the Willow themselves, anyways.
That's not quite as reliable, obviously.
That's fair.
But
That is fair.
I doubt he'll go Ags. You don't want to go Ags when you're turning into an opponent. 'Cause
That
you
is
don't
fair.
need to, but then at the same time, you don't turn into Willow if you don't have an Ags.
It is pretty busted, but it's also just a secret staple, right? Nisha, one of the top Morphlings in the world. Works really well with AA, just period. Even if you're not turning into anything, you can go for the shotgun build. Shotgun plus Ice Vortex. Very fun.
Is it really?
It's very fun. Not for me when I'm playing, because I'm usually the support getting one-shotted. But-
Yeah.
And okay, so they're going a very aggressive route. I hear Skywrath pick.
Yeah. Do we want to see that on the position 4 then,
Yes.
I guess?
Has to be Stommen playing that.
Okay.
I've
I mean,
seen
he has done it
Skylark play
before,
5
and they played
position.
it.
Or not Skylark,
10
sorry.
seconds to pick.
So, well, they played it before with still on a Sky with
5
Wish Beastmaster,
seconds.
but that
Hurry,
was
hurry.
pre-patch.
Yes.
So, curious to see how they'll do it this time around.
The instant silence can be very effective versus Morphling until he's got a way to itemize versus it, but you have to be very quick and very fast, because otherwise your lineup can just fall apart super hard. And looks like they're just going for comfort heroes. That's why they got the Beastmaster. They want to get the Wish Tinker.
Wow, the Beastmaster Tinker. This is 2018.
Look at this, yeah.
An earlier crap here.
This is it's the most risky lineup
5
ever. I feel like when I see
seconds
Skywrath, you're playing already a risky game. Now they double down. They're like, all right, we're getting the Tinker on top to a hero that gets caught once and you lose the game in a lot of situations.
Their chances to go to the major are out of the window if they lose this game. So they are going all
in.
out.
They're all
Please
in.
ban Spectre. Brame.
But the thing is that they can just put the Morph as a carry, and then they just pick one of the spirits mid for versus.
Oh, they think it's tiny mid, morph, mid, or carry.
Yeah.
Or tiny carry. I don't know.
So far, it's only been Nisha playing more. We know Matsu can as well. But yeah, there is still definitely a lot of flex potential on the side of Team
If
Secret.
they leave Spectre.
If they leave, what if the thing is too?
Why is
you're in a
Spectre so
difficult spot
bad?
though, because they can even just storm. You have like pretty limited actual reliable disable. You've got silences and stuff, but I feel like you're in a real tough spot right now.
Wow, they left Storm and Spectre. You're not.
Why is Spectre so bad?
They have two squishy supports that
They don't
kill
do
themselves
anything.
And then a Tinker.
That's true.
They don't do anything to
10
Spectre, and
seconds to
Spectre
pick.
finds the Tinker so that your tiny and AAs can just thrive.
I'm pretty sure.
5
Isn't that
seconds
extremely
remaining.
greedy from Secret though? If they do go Spectre,
I don't think so, because you're against Beastmaster Tinker.
Dire team pick.
Like you just have to beat this timing. I don't know. We'll see.
I think they're in a really hard spot. But they're going for comfort. You know, that's what, you know, Brame, this is their kind of style, so they're going all in on it. But I see them, you know, they're targeting the 4-bans, this Clockwork Knicks, which are also, I mean, the thing is, that's the scary thing. When you pick this Tinker, there was so many picks left that are so good versus Tinker. I'm very worried for them.
I'd like to see Tiny mid still, but then Mirana for Yapster if we're still going to go for 4. That'll be fun. But yeah, we'll see.
I think
a lot of options still.
I think you need something that finds a Tinker with this last pick. They don't really have that yet, so it can't.
An aspect.
It has. I can understand why they banned the Clock Nicks. It would set up the Tinker kills quite nicely. And like Fog said, if you find him once, the map will. It'll be similar to last game with what we saw with the gyro. If you die once or twice in the early to mid game.
Is AA also not good for vision though? Because they already have the AA. You can get vision with Ice Blast. You can get vision with Vortex.
Maybe. I don't know if it's fast enough against Tinker. I think Tinker, you have to have almost instant ability to capitalize on whoever finds the person.
They're so all in. They're so all in from Brame.
The 30% spell amp, baby.
30% spell amp with the Ancient Seal, 45% reduction as well.
It's also kind of nice that you have the Bloodseeker Rupture that goes through BKB.
Sure.
Yeah,
right now their
that's
lineup's
true.
pretty bad against that.
But waveform, pretty effective if he's able to get it off this game.
Big smiles coming out.
He's got the pick of the litter. They got the pick of the litter. I feel like it's like Matu. You want carry morph? Nisha, do you want morph? Do you want to go some Storm, some Spectre? They got options.
Has a nice Storm game too. Other than the Skywrath Mage.
Yep. Hey, but they're always going to have press the attack behind, too, so they do have a way at least to protect each other as well, too.
I just feel like you pick Spectre and stand still.
I think Nisha's face already speaks volumes regarding this this draft.
Gonna be.
Will this be a repeat of Na'Vi, though? They were laughing their asses off at the start of that series.
Is true. That is true.
Remember that iceberg rocking out?
Did I?
Mother. I did hear that, didn't I?
Oh, it's okay. So morph. What? You can now put morph carry. You put brood mid. Or are you running it off?
No, you could do it off. I think. You don't play for the spiders yet, right?
No, that's true. That's true.
True.
Tiny mid, maybe.
Tiny mid, I guess. Yeah, you know, you're right. How does that fight back?
How does it fight back? Let's see who's playing the brood. Matu will play brood.
Carry brood mid morph.
I have no idea what I'm about to watch.
I
but
don't either.
The idea behind this is that Brame needs about 15 minutes for their game plan to come together, and I think Secret says you're not going to get that 15 minutes.
You know, I got to be honest though, the brood, there's a lot of vision aspects that I feel like are decent versus brood.
They can absolutely catch this guy if they get the items to do so. If they ever get an Atos on Stomina, that would be GG almost if the brood's ever alone. The problem is I don't think they have anyone that really reliably occupies the brood side of the map for a long time. Maybe the Beastmaster could max out axes. I have a hard time gauging this lineup. This is such a unique draft from Brame. So.
I think that like little title thing that we have from the bottom from Dream League says everything from before. Not when it says Game 2 starting now, but from before. It says when you have nothing to lose, go all in. And I think that's the thing from Skylark that he said. This is an all-in draft. It's what they're comfortable with. I do have to side with Secret, though. I don't believe in Tinker at all still.
Okay, well, we're going to find out who's going to take this Game 2. Are we going to see Game 3 between these two teams? We're going to find out together with our commentary duo of Cap and Kyle.
When in doubt, cheese it out, and apparently you battle cheese with more cheese. Tinker pickup for Brame, and I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Like, you're facing up against Team Secret, you just got thrashed really hard, so try and get the edge when it comes to the draft, try and throw them something they're not expecting.
To be fair, Wish Tinker is one of those dreadful, not dreadful, you dread it if you find yourself up against him in the high MMR matches. And in addition, you're playing against Morphling, playing against AA Tiny. It's a pretty damn good game for a Tinker, and more importantly, you have a Beastmaster on your team. This is a incredible combination that we've seen abused. I mean, for some reason, what was it? The Elite Wolves back when they were still allowed to play. They're so annoying to play against. The Dendi Na'Vi with General only off lane. This was their go-to strat, bread and butter. And it's quite nice. I think this is kind of an experiment.
Explain the strategy for, you know, like I think us old dogs, you know, we just expect people to know what these strategies are like. So what is Beastmaster Tinker?
Well, the idea is that Beastmaster is going to constantly pressure the offlane, and more importantly, you have like living, breathing wards or birds that Tinker can teleport into. So very easy roar into laser rocket, refreshed laser rocket combinations, and it just provides you a ton of map control. But I agree with the panel. Like Secret, they could have gone Spectre, they could have gone Storm, very standard counters. Broodmother is all about timing. You hit a point where you're just stronger, and you have an early pipe, and you take all these towers and limit Tinker's map. The way to beat Tinker historically has always been the same. Kill his towers. If you allow the Tinker's towers to tie up, that means their map control is there. It means your waves are going to be pushed constantly, and he's going to appear out of the jungle 20 minutes in with like 3 items.
Yeah, and it does take advantage of the part of the reason they were talking about Spectre, right, was the fact that, you know, you want to take advantage of the fact they've got some squishy supports that are just food for you if you get on top of them. Well, same thing applies to Broodmother, right?
And you see that stat as well. Nisha, highest win rate morph of all time. I believe it was 51-15. You remember when he first joined Secret and he was like 16-0 on the heroes?
Yeah, it was insane.
I mean, he did have a pretty damn good 2020. Esport Player of the Year.
Yeah, true, true. Spartan and Yapzor going at it back and forth here. Bramble 1 does land. Spartan positioning himself is actually going to die.
Wow.
You know, sometimes you could just feel it.
That's on brand.
You know, you can feel it in your gut.
Yeah, and we got to pause.
Just know.
He lagged, everybody. Skylark, he lagged. He would have had that kill. In fact, I believe right now there's a formal protest being filed to replay this match in 2 or 3 days.
Let me just say, 100% Spartan did not lag.
He missed an auto attack there, though, didn't he?
That is this man to a T.
Look at that running.
He had Fairy Fire. He was trying to bait out a Fairy Fire play, and he didn't get it off, and he got double nuked.
He should have, if he had gone down, I think he might have been able to get the counter kill, but oh well. Could be worse. And this is the thing, though. The new Brood. This is the thing I guess we really should explain to the new viewers. Spider's now at level 6. Until then, you're just abusing Insatiable Hunger. Used to be your ultimate, now just your Q. But check out the bonus damage and, more importantly, the lifesteal.
Yeah.
This is an insane ability. The cooldown is very long. Mana cost way too cheap. Tons of bonus damage. And effectively is your heal. The same way your ultimate worked in terms of restoring your health, now your Q does the same. So in a 1v1 scenario, well, 2v2, but I expect Puppy to play away from him when possible. You're just going to click the Beastmaster and heal yourself. Like to full.
Yes. No, it absolutely is the low mana cost added on top of the fact that you don't use mana for anything.
Yeah.
Right? Because you build Soul Ring, but it's only for you when you get your level 6. Puppy caught out in an awkward position here and is going to make a short TP away just to save himself a bit of grief. It also helps you secure last hits with it means Broodmother does not scale very well anymore because the damage is not very good on your Q because it's not an ultimate ability, but it is excellent at being able to secure creeps in lane.
Yeah, it's so easy to sustain, especially when you can just click the enemy offlaner in the face.
And you already have natural sustain thanks to the webs as well. So it's like you've got 2 options to be able to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And that is a bit of a problem because one of the best ways to beat Broodmother is to make her feel uncomfortable before she gets sick.
If we just click over to Zai real quick,
yeah.
Check out his items, Cap. You betcha he's buying a Soul Ring.
Is he gonna do it, Kyle?
He's gonna do it.
He's gonna max out his W.
Look at the early point. For the attack speed and the heal.
Okay.
Soul Ring sustain.
I feel like they're going in on Spartan this time around. The Fairy Fire goes off. This time around, Spartan's aggression is warranted.
That's well done. Yeah, that's what the first death was for. It's actually setting up the over-aggression from Yapzor.
True. Now he just needs to make that happen another time because he did give away first blood gold, so he kind of needs to make a 2-for-1 exchange, but
gives the XP advantage, so you get more experience on the kill back. Can't buy that in the shop. Speaking of the shop, Wish off to a really nice start in mid lane. He's going for the QW build, which is really annoying for Morphling to deal with because you're trying to play low HP at all times, but the burst from Tinker is pretty insane.
Early level of the slowdown. This is really nice.
Killed him.
Yeah.
He just got clicked.
Yep. Gave him the Silken Bola, which slows him down even more. And then you add on top of that the Ice Vortex, and he's just slowed down to a crawl thanks to an Orb of Venom on top of everything else. And so you just get free, constant hits in.
You can see why they picked it up, right? Against Beastmaster. I don't think Skylark expected that much threat. You know, just both AA and Brood, two of the rare heroes that I think do want to skill 1-1-1 almost every game.
Yep.
And they use all spells to land a kill.
Early bracer pickup,
no.
Kyle.
Oh,
no
no.
soul ring. He's low on mana.
No.
For shame.
It'd be all right. I'd love to see him pick up a stick on Zai. It's one of the more.
Oh no, the courier's coming in with more items, and none of those are soul ring, Kyle.
It's okay. It's all right. It's a different strategy. I trust Zai. We'll see. If he puts an extra point in queue, though, then I'm done.
It's funny how Bracer was like a forgotten item at the start of this patch, and then it got was it like a 0.1 regen buff or something like that?
0.25.
0.25. 0.25 regen buff, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, no, it's good again.
I think it's partially, actually. Maybe the Falcon Blade, slight nerf, and the Orb of Corruption, slight nerf, means that you really don't want those items unless it's specific for your lane matchup, and whereas Bracers, I think, are just always valued. We see a lot of offlaners just starting with Bracer. They bring the Quelling Blade and some extra regen immediately after.
It's funny about this matchup. He needs maxed out Boar and Aura to win the lane.
Yeah.
But the moment he gets level 6, he's going to be like, damn it, why don't I have axes? And he may not even be getting to 6 anytime soon. His Mentama Man is aided yet again by his supports for another kill on the Skylark.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, mid lane, they try and put pressure on a Morphling, but it's a Morphling.
This is also the safe lane Brood is something that we've seen really just Secret use historically in the past. Like they used to do this back when it was like the Zai and Arteezy show, and they would put Zai at times in the safe lane. They'd play around it with, like, you know, heroes like this, CM Tiny. They'd get a bunch of kills and then leave the Brood.
Oh, the magic damage is immense when you throw down an Ice Vortex. Yapstor almost single-handedly 100-0 Stoneman.
I think we played against Puppy CM and Zai Brood like 4 or 5 times back when Complex, and we lost every single game. Like, there's just, it's so tough to deal with because you get the Brood ahead, then there's a Spider Army, and eventually they'll just leave and go elsewhere, and Brood will be able to dominate by himself as Puppy kills off the boar. And
Did you win any games against Secret? Genuine question. I don't know.
Yes, we won 1 scrim. We crushed their Drow lineup.
Nice.
Very proud of that. They GG'd out in like 22 minutes. Still remember.
Oh, no, Wish! Getting caught out. Yapstor, he's going to stay in front of him. Oh, he doesn't have mana. That's why. I thought maybe he was delaying the toss for just an added bit of time, but no. He just straight up did not have the mana to get the kill.
Just to go back to that scrim we won against Secret. Spirit Breaker Clinks. We're just charging Arteezy. He died 7 times, and then they GG'd out. We hadn't even taken a tier 2. I think they were just done with that game. But
these clowns and Spirit Breakered us. They're probably like, this practice isn't worth anything.
No. Moon Meander kept making cow noises, too.
It does sound like a Moon Meander thing to do.
Yeah. Spirit Breaker is a very North American hero.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
absolutely.
like, it's just built for us.
Yeah.
Just hit Q, relax, grab a quick drink. All right, come back, land the bash. Matu now level 6. The Spider Army commences. And poor Skylark, he's going for the HOD rush, but he had to buy boots, he had to buy wand just for the survival. And now he's so far away from that item that really is needed for his hero to become activated. Also, just as later on, a teleport tool for his Tinker mid, who is off to a nice start. Only 1,000 gold bots, so doing all right on Wish, but I'm surprised he's not actually beating Nisha in this lane.
Yeah, it seems he's having a bit of a rough go around here. Hope leftover Tiki's mine there. 4-1 Secret. Small advantage right now, but you could feel it mostly in this off lane where Skylark is having the rough time. Worst time of any of the cores so far, so much so that he's having a jungle now.
To be fair, Focus is off to a great start. The trouble is it's a Bloodseeker. So you can't really take over a game like yourself. It's not like a TA where suddenly you're going to go farm tons of ancient stacks and straight up win by yourself. I'd love to see him try to get active, but his rupture targets aren't great. He kind of wants to find the Brood, but he'd need 2 or 3 heroes total to be able to take him down. Nice rune
Forcing the regen to be picked up instead of going over to Wish, but Yapstor is going to pay the ultimate price for it.
Under fire.
He says, hey, at least Tinker doesn't have a regen in his bottle.
Yeah.
it just, you could see these two supports. They're playing around mid because they, you know, yeah. He does have it.
He has.
You know who doesn't have it?
Who?
Matumba Man. Very weirded out with this one.
He is not able to spam as hard.
Okay,
he's rushing
going
Orchid.
straight to Orchid. That does make sense.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the life of support with no mobility against Broodmother.
Skywrath is like just the worst hero to play against Brood. This is gonna be a real rough match for Stomina.
All right, see if they could do something about Zai here. Zai turning around and fighting. Did max out his Q.
Spartan,
so that's not going to heal him as much.
Dire's bottom tower under fire.
I thought Spartan was going to walk into melee range and get dueled. Whoa!
Oh, it's actually Focus is going to be nabbed up here, and Yamster gets the combo off to get Zai an early bit of duel damage.
That is a sick play. I did not expect that. That's the key kill. That's the one hero that was off to a great lead. And Matu roaming through the jungle. Actually pretty interesting now with the shift on the camps. Because now that there's only the one ancient, Broodmother's safe lane gets a really ideal position. You know, he doesn't have to waste too many extra webs to then control his own hard camp, enemy hard camp, and an ancient, plus the bottom wave. So this might actually be the most efficient triple camp plus lane setup for the Brood.
Yeah.
Because if he's in enemy off lane, like, this isn't possible. He's just gonna farm his own ancients.
Yeah, you watch Chinese Broods like XXS, and what they eventually do is they take over mid lane. After they've taken the tier 1 tower, maybe the tier 2, and they start moving mid. You're right.
Combo.
Skylark, he's gonna be okay. Combo from Nisha not doing very much. Brain are able to secure the kill here. Tinker needing to come online to deal with this Broodmother push as the tier 1 tower is already gone.
Yep. It's going to get very scary for him. I think that's why you see Matu going for that Orchid.
Yep.
Wants to be able to take down the Tinker. And the one danger is with the secret lineup, they don't necessarily like win the late game easily. It's not as simple as the previous match. They're going to need to eat at these towers. You can even see Matu starting to slowly move his web line towards the mid lane. That's the key tower for them to take down.
Radiant's top tower is
and later on, Beastmaster Tinker is not a combination to mess with. It's so annoying. You're almost always, it feels, playing at a vision disadvantage.
Oh, he's going to toss him in for the duel, but he gets silenced first. He does manage to get a really nice avalanche, and they're still going to target Zai here. They start backing away. The Tinker has arrived. They're going to start throwing some damage out on Zai, who can't really move. It does just enough to be able to dodge some of the Skywrath mage damage, but they will poke at him from a distance, eventually bring him down.
I can hear Yapsor's chuckle from here. That was, I think they saw maybe the one hero, and then like, oh, whoa, there's 3. Oh, it's Tinker TP. This is not good, but oh my god, the tier 2 pressure. Just the spiders in this catapult.
Okay, so small note, but Wish needs to turn the opposite direction when you march in machines, right? So the march spawns behind the spiders, so you're a better chance of being able to catch a couple spider kills there.
Oh no, courier!
We've lost Dire's courier, but we'll never forget the many people.
This is one of the biggest dangerous things. They are dealing with the Broodmother, and they don't have any way to clear the spiders.
No.
It's been one of my biggest complaints is I feel like this hero, you 1-2 it, it's so easily countered.
Yep.
But here, this lineup, they've got axes and march. That's it.
Keep murdering.
The Skywrath W is actually probably the best. But unfortunately, if there's a hero in range, it's going to target that instead. So if you had more control over it, maybe it'd be easier, because then you could time with the axes. Oh, the Orchid's out.
They're going to catch him with the Rupture. Now, Matumba Man heads down river and goes for the TP out. The damage is coming, but it's not enough.
That was sick. He moved the spiders on top of his body so that one of them would tank the Bramble. Does not prioritize heroes, and TP's out to safety.
Very nicely done. Moves the spiders over for protection.
Is under siege.
And the Bramble soaked up by the little guys. 7-6, and hey, look at that. It's a little bit of deja vu. It's Nisha, just AFK farm in the triangle, while the rest of Secret deals with Braim's aggression.
Yep. And this is the attrition game, right? Because up top, you're going to apply pressure. Whereas if a response is forced, well, you have your more farming your own triple or pressuring mid. Brood is farming bottom, taking enemy triple, and then also threatening mid as well. So Secret should be eking out an advantage, even against a Tinker who's eating as many creeps as possible with the global teleport spam. But this is the man to watch. But Tumbleman, he really wants this mid tower. If you take mid tower, the whole map opens up for Secret, and the game gets much easier. And I believe that'll be their next play as a squad. The Orchid is online. And it'll be a Solar Crest rush. Interesting. Skipping the HOD. I think that's the right move from Skylark because it's really more of a damage asset here. His Bloodseeker's ahead.
Turns around, immediately gets the ultimate off onto Puppey, which is going to be cleansed out. Throws out the Ice Blast, not actually going to be able to land. Dark Willow really wants this kill onto Puppey. Healing Salve is going to put him over the edge here. Throws out the GG tree before dying to a duel. His focus is unable to really stay aggressive once again.
As this happens, though, guys, remember, it's 5-on-4. Who's missing?
Are fortified.
It's Muntamba, man, and he's doing disgusting Broodmother things.
Oh yeah, and that's the key item upcoming, the pipe, because then all of a sudden you talked about their lack of spider clearing. With a pipe active, I don't actually know how they kill the spiders.
Yep.
They don't have any real physical damage clear. The Maelstrom, the March, you just tank right through it. And this is the dream location for Brood to be playing now. Hey, Blast preemptively. Love it.
Just looking out for any heroes potentially defending. Dark Willow shows up, gets Orchided before Spartan could hit the Shadow Realm.
And this is huge because now the bottom lane, again, you're playing against a Tinker. So now with tier 2 bot down, all of a sudden you can sort of feel how much more difficult it's going to be for Brame to push these lanes. If bottom is at that location or above, he can't really teleport into the wave safely because if Brood is there with Orchid, he'll just die. You know, Blink is not online for another 1,000 gold. And this is really the storyline of this game. Can Brame find kills and recover the map? They want enemy mid tower, they want enemy top tower, maybe even look to take a Roche before the spider pressure is enough to start just dealing with their entire map. Like, it's just such an annoying game to play.
Yeah.
See the circle being drawn. They want to get some wards up.
Broodmother's a great hero to work with Morphling Legion Commander. Like, you don't have a lot of wave clear on Secret's lineup at all, right? But because Broodmother takes up so much of the map, he's basically taking over 2/3. It allows Yapzor and Zai to just be hunting for kills. Unfortunately, missed out on that one on Spartan. The Ice Blast doesn't land either. They're really thinking about going forward with the Rupture on him. Fortunately, Tinker needs to go back for some mana here, but it looks like with the Skywrath Mage, they managed to get that kill. Once again, at a distance. So they're now going to try, oh, get away, get away! Oh no, Spartans! Webs come out, the ward gets defended by Team Secret, even Wish being found now. Oh, dear! Oh, that was more than he bargained for. Gets silenced as he comes down from the waveform and shot to hell.
That was... I thought there was a Dagon.
They're going to go again. Oh, this is the turnaround now for Brame as they start picking apart heroes. The Bloodseeker's going to town. Puppey turns around, does what damage he can, but all of a sudden Brame had picked up 4 kills.
That was nuts. So the whole spider army died there, and then Nisha goes forward, but he legit got 100 to 0'd. Like, he died in a flash.
Yeah.
Let's see this again.
You can see the spiders. March the Machine goes through, waveforms forward. Stominen turns around, silence, and all the damage is amplified.
I can't believe he went for that.
Agility a little bit too.
I don't know. Yeah, if he was going strength, if he survives there, that fight goes a little differently. Orchid was going to come back off cooldown. Did he trust in the Lincolns? Was that? I don't know. That's the sort of mistake that can really set you back, especially with this kind of lineup, because once Brame actually gets some map control, the advantage Brood provides sort of flips, because then you're dealing with birds, creep waves start to push, and you're dead to a Rupture, you're dead to a Roar, you might even just be dead to a Skywrath slow if enough teammates are
nobar menikmatin.
And it's the vision advantage Secret are relying upon to win this game. Brame taking back control of the triangle, now looking to perhaps invade top. Remember, wherever you see brown on your minimap, that also represents a Tinker, and that's exactly why. TPing into the boar can also do so to the boar.
I was curious. There have been so many spell resistance changes, but for those who are wondering as well,
dominating
the what is it? What's the E of Skywrath Mage? I forgot. Ancient Steel. Ancient Steel is still magic
Yeah.
damage. Increased magic damage, not spell damage.
Radiant's top tower is being
Be a little
So
busted if it
it's
was
not going to be
spell
amping up laser, but everything else. Pipe is almost done for the Broodmother, and as you said, it becomes harder and harder to deal with these spiders. It's been like a staple for the Chinese Broodmothers. They always get Pipe.
Yep. I will say though, that miscue from Secret sets them back, because if they take that fight with Pipe, that spider army survives.
Yeah.
Nisha likely lives. They probably get the Tinker, and they might just blow this game open, go get a couple kills, take mid, then Roche becomes an easy next objective. You're now in a position to see you gotta be a little cautious. You can even see how confident Brame are able to play. They killed Puppey by his tier 2 top because of the global threat.
Yeah.
So,
and Broodmother does drop off pretty heavily, leaving you with just a Morphling, and that Morphling in some ways is countered by this Tinker, right?
I would say so. I mean, he feels pressure to get the Lincolns because of it. Ags soon as well for Tinker. That's when things get a little crazy. The laser starts to bounce. 700 range from primary. That's been tweaked here and there. But the main change is now it applies that shrink ray. So it reduces your size and current health by 15%. In addition, it now gives the bonus cast range. I don't think it did on the original Ags. It has for a little bit, but the shrink ray, I don't remember when that was added. That was like 7.17. I don't remember.
7.1? No, that was relatively recent.
What would you classify as recent?
Anywhere in the 7.2s.
Wow.
In trouble. Catching up to him, they're going to be able to nail him with the Bedlam. Another Zai kill. Yapstor is going to be able to respond, though. Oh, here comes the Broodmother, though. That's already a dead Spartan. And the Beastmaster may be run down by the spiders as well, but Matubba has to stay still with the Rupture on him. He's going to try and go for a TP out. Things but he's just caught. Double kill for Focus. And now Nisha, he's already gone in and needs to find a way to get out. Yaps are trying to cover him right now. The BKB Focus is wearing out, so he is going to retreat. Skylark managed to survive through that, by the way. Got dangerously low, but the spiders were sicked after him as well, with the Ice Blast still on him, but it looks like he survived.
So the big problem for Secret this game is if you look at the lineups here, Brame have 3 cores, all scaling quite nicely, whereas Zai has sort of become this extra support. And the benefit is Yapsor and Puppey definitely have more items to their name, but it's going to be a concern because he's got Hood, and even once he picks up that Blink, he'll be a Blink duel. That's it. That's his entire game. Whereas Skylark, he's giving the Aura, he's got the BKB Piercing Stun, providing teleportation for his Tinker, along with the Solar Crest spam. Shit, he'll have a BKB. Like, this is a different type of offlaner, and Skylark's going to be significantly more useful in those team fights. The danger here is that Nisha's gone for this more passive build, so Zai's going to be playing as a defensive Purge, but he's not necessarily strong enough on Nisha to go toe-to-toe with these cores. I don't even know if he can hit Bloodseeker in the face if Beastmaster's nearby.
This Bloodseeker is definitely one of the highlights for Brame. He's just continued to stay very high net worth. I mean, it was insane how far ahead he was. Everybody else off the laning phase. And now, thanks to that one really successful fight that they had, he picks up a few kills there, stays ahead in net worth of Nisha, and is looking good to be able to just kind of keep fighting. Aghanim Scepter now done. The Shrink Ray online, and it's been in the game since 7-8.
Rick Moranis coming out of retirement. As
that's a reference I can appreciate. Huh?
I got you covered. It's like
Curry, you're hidden away.
Relatively even game, and I like how Brame are playing this control. The enemy triangle gets the boards up, because more importantly, this denies Roche, at least for now.
Meanwhile, Team Secret pushing through mid. Going to, in a way, mirror Brame, taking over their side of the jungle that controls Roshan.
This is dangerous now for Wish. This is the The danger of Tinker is sometimes you can make game-losing teleports.
Yes.
And ultimately, this mid-wave is set up to be just that.
Spartan. He's going to be cut here, but he's going to be okay. He'll shrug off some of the damage. Yapzor is... Okay, they're not going to throw the Terrorize, but Yapzor is also not going to complete that teleport. Now they're going to throw it out. The runs into the bramble. Now he is going to be saved by the shard from Zai.
Ini apa?
Defending him against that last rocket that was coming in. Now he's still a little bit low, so Focus is moving a bit faster. Everybody else from Secret though.
Tarik ulurnya nih yang keren nih.
Tinker.
Keeping a respectful distance from Brame, waiting for the opportunity, as you said, to catch the most important hero in the game, right? The Tinker.
Yep. That is the name of the game for Secret. If they can kill Tinker and specifically like the supports, really. Skywrath immediately dies if the Spider Army gets on top. He's going for a very greedy Tranquils and an Aether Lens. He just straight up feeds, as does Spartan on his own, if they catch an Orchid. In Sky's case, it's really just a Bola. Wish. Shard, the next item he's going to pick up. It's another new one. You don't really see this. I've heard people in NA Theorycraft that it's very strong. Defense Matrix, a 350 damage shield, along with a 50% status resistance barrier. So is that good? I don't know. Maybe the status resist for the Bloodseeker?
Yeah. I mean, it certainly could be if you manage to, like, say, defend against a duel or something.
Yeah.
I would say the 350 shield protects him from getting Spider Bomb. You know, stopping his blink.
Killing spree.
Finishing up Yapzor from a distance. Hitting in the tree. It's going to be able to pop out, execute him. Now they manage to kill Zai as well. They're caught inside the brambles here for now. Focus, man, fighting him to get the Terrorize off. He's morphing into strength, but they're bit by bit piercing him down. Which comes back to finish him off.
What a sick fight. That was perfect. You saw the silence onto the LC to prevent the cleanse, and then immediately the roar. Because if you roar the LC, there's no way he can save his ally. Incredible fight. No Broodmother. Matumbayan's like, okay, well, I'll think about going for Rex. You're not going on to Tinker any longer. He gets the tier 2, but I don't know if that's enough. That's the second really nice fight from Brame. Like, we weren't ready, let alone Team Secret. They lose 3 for nothing.
Tapi kalau Secret kalah sih, gua nggak tahu lagi.
Gotta be careful with this one, though.
Well, they know that Broodmother's up here. Ice Blast is coming in. Uh-oh, this is looking a little awkward. The Orchid goes off on a Spartan. He's going to be brought down, turned into spiders. Immediately killed by the Bloodseeker. Now, Brame.
Matrix.
Have to respect Team Secret, especially now with Wolfling coming back in.
Dar,
looking for his initiation. Fights it down, Stominate. Doesn't manage to get the silence off in time, so he's tossed back. Stops the duel from going off, but this is an option for lasers now. From a distance. Zai stuck here. Rocket.
Nisha dari belakang. Sentaya duel. Let's go. Mati tapi. Lasernya gila.
He heals up to half health. Yapzor chasing after him, but he's too damn fast. The boulder not able to roll out fast enough. Focus looks to be able to turn his attention back towards the pit. They have the Hawk. They kill it before Tinker can jump in.
Bisa menang tapi game lama
there at top though. Wish is still within striking distance, and he can be given the vision. If the Bloodseeker can get close to the pit, they throw out the brambles.
Burst man, buyback. Satu mamanya awas.
Him and Skylark, they're going to be joining this fight. The Terrorize attempted to go off, faked out though. Spartan pumps it and stops it.
Nisa.
Legion Commander protecting the Broodmother from getting caught by any disables. This Roshan is so low. They've invested on both sides into claiming this Brame.
This is so sick. It's all about area control.
Cleared off once again by the Legion Commander. It is a block away from death, and Skylark makes a jump in and snatches away the Aegis.
That was so cool to watch. So you see Secret, they're trying to play away from the march, get pickoffs and poke at the corners, just prodding for advantage. As Zai waits in the wings, he's going to BKB people for saves. But it's all this game of cat and mouse. Brame is keep the march centered and try to have Bloodseeker and Beastmaster take the assault to protect their support. Secret, they want nothing to do with BKB heroes, but just spam, kite, toss back, look for a duel, quick clash. Brame just want a hard commit in a one-screen area. Ags now up. Another one for the Brood that is quite nice just because of the increased count. So now he's less limited in terms of where he can actually play on the map.
Okay. So I've been spamming some Broodmother.
Yes.
Recently, Kyle. And see if Brain give me a chance here. I discovered that I had a very hard time keeping up with replacing my webs.
Yeah.
I always felt like I was low on the count. And I would go Aghanim Scepter because I thought that was just naturally what you do as a Broodmother. However, I learned a trick. If you go to hover over the shard form, the shard, Silken Bola, right?
Yeah.
It says 550 AoE, increase the miss chance 80%. Doesn't seem that good, right?
Yeah.
It actually, totally not in the notes whatsoever, lowers the cooldown of webs by 15 seconds. What? That is a secret for Broodmother players only. That is one way to be able to keep your web charges up, and it is very often a better option than Aghanim Scepter. Don't ask me why it's there. It's there.
I'm Googling.
It goes down to 25 seconds. Then you get the 15 talent. You get CDR, right? 15%. Then maybe you get a talent. There's no need for Aghanim Scepter if you have enough CDR plus a shard.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
So yeah,
Dire have fortified their towers.
that's a little secret I picked up.
Also reduces spin web charge replenish time by 15 seconds.
Yes.
What the hell? Ice Frog?
Nggak tahu sih, cuman gue lebih kayak ngelihat kuncinya nangkap tinkernya sih, ngeburst tinkernya.
Learn the new brood and
masih
jumlah
killnya kalah sih.
I'm a Broodmother spammer.
Nah, ini harus bisa ngeburst sama BKB juga, harus BKB lagi nih.
Twitch chat knows.
Lasernya annoying
That
sih.
explains a lot because I know BSJ gets all of his tips from Reddit, so he has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. Listen to Redditors. Listen to Twitch chatters.
Yes.
They have refined taste.
That is a 5-head
Lasernya sumpah annoying banget.
bit of information, Cat. You get a gold star for that one. Will you get the gold star? Brain, they
Roar.
They're gonna go for Zai first. Nobody's really close to Skylark here, but I guess the Skylark is within spinning distance and will manage to get the concussive shot while Skylark pops his BKB, defending himself against Nisha. He still also has the Aegis. Don't forget about that one. Terrorize gonna be used. Doesn't actually
Berat, harus agak lama mainnya, bisa dapat satu item untuk nabrak-nabrak ke dalamnya.
He's gonna be okay. Just a simple pick off on Zai. Nothing more.
This is such a... I mean, this game requires dexterity, Cap. A lot of times Dota is all about brawling. Like, at some point, everybody grabs the big sticks
Abis ini
and
kita lanjut ke
whacks each
NIGMA
other
ya,
in the middle
NIGMA
of the river or
Tundra.
something. This is all about just straight up...
Ini yang bahaya tuh kalau Tundra bisa menang.
Because you have now a blink on the
kacau
Morphling.
banget poinnya,
He's just
hitungan
trying
poin
to
jadi.
pop a support, get that out. Preferably the Skywrath mage. You can see there the roar, the silence on Zai. He has no real way to defend himself. He's just trying to play around his allies. In fact, still running around with just a hood and phase boots with the shard, which is definitely a great item in this game. But the BKB on Nisha is going to come out. Bloodseeker's duration is getting a little low. Oh yeah, it's already down to the minimum 6 seconds. He does, however, have a completed Scotty, so that'll significantly reduce the amount of health Morphling can restore to himself.
It feels like one of the hardest parts of this game for Brame is so much of their lineup is kind of like poking at Team Secret thanks to the Tinker, and Focus doesn't really feel good about just going in and trying to challenge people. But now, like, that Scotty's going to be a significant upgrade for that, right?
Really nice against Brood too, just so you can keep him stationary. Hero moves too damn quick in the middle of the webs. 531 MS with no boots, just a casual
You got a guess
windlace.
on this one? Trivia. How many Spiderlings have been killed so far?
It's like that jelly bean game for the free tickets to the prom.
I feel like Matumba Man has been pretty controlled in not throwing away spiders.
I'm gonna go with 73. Wait, spiders? Spiderlings? Spiders or spiderites?
Not spiderites, spiderlings.
I'm gonna go with 45.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
It's probably more than that. He's playing against Tinker.
Yeah,
Bottom tower under fire.
69.
No more middle tower.
Wow. I should have said 70.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Nice.
If you know, you know.
Nah, BKB ada. Nah, kalau ini bisa sih. Harus ngebuka dan ngindarin lasernya ini yang annoying. Laser gunning Tinker. Bur! Atau hit ya? Struktur. Karazai lasernya biar annoying banget. Bebeknya nggak ada. Wish dapat lagi.
Skylark does manage to get away from Nisha. Now that Nisha's BKB has worn out, they have to reset this fight. He was able to man up because of the magic immunity. But if he gets lasered in these fights,
poor Sai, dude. He's 1-8 and 5. He's not even playing bad. They're just all in for him.
Matunya ke BKB.
He's the only save for his team.
Tinkernya ini bener-bener kerja keras.
On his squad by the end of this game, in true
kita matiin suaranya dulu ya.
Fashion.
Ini posisinya Tinkernya yang nahan bener-bener dari tadi right-clickan dari Skrit. Skrit bener-bener harus kerja keras kayak BKB-nya udah di kayak komite nama Nisha. Nantinya ketika sudah Skype mungkin Matu mau BKB apa main Kuiras. Harusnya kayak gitu. Gila sih. Tapi masih punya chance Secretnya. Burst damage-nya dari Brem yang kurang sih kalau gue bilang. Burst damage-nya kurang ya. Ini kalau nggak ada Tinker aja mungkin udah selesainya cepat dari tadi. Tinkernya agak nimforce itemnya gila, niat banget. Dia tahu posisi di mana Secretnya bakal bisa sambil nge-raid juga, bisa ngajak berantem. Dan sekarang meta bro tuh kan strong banget ya. Tambah morphing Zai kayak gini-gini, hero kayak gini, ini bersih mereka kan cepet banget. Tinker ini dari tadi nyelamatin berapa kali damage dari Secret yang dikasih ke Brem. Kurirnya kelihatan. Kalau satu dia ketahuan di smoke. Tapi itu Skype. Tapi ketahuan bos. Nah itu yang gue bilang, lu gebuk lu mati. Kabur sih. Iya, physical damage-nya kurang. Dia nggak bisa ngeburst. Waduh, hampir Bloodseeker-nya TP away. Itu yang gue bilang tadi. Sumpah kok dingin banget ya. Dinginan gue. Gila. Ini Secret kalau bisa menang, kalau bisa dapat ini sih Tinkernya. Tinkernya annoying banget dari tadi sih wis.
Dial's top tower is under siege.
Rosan ntar lagi 10 detik lagi Rosan sih mereka. Ini susah di ininya sih. Apa namanya? Naik ke high ground-nya kalau gue bilang. Nge-skypin Bloodseeker atau Tinker. Oh, Octarin siapin Tinker. Open study. Duel 1 deh. Dikit lagi sekalinya juga jadi. Turunin tempo lagi. Script mainnya relax banget, santai banget ini. Mereka tinggal mainin tempo, ngejar item. Kalau mau menang pun mainnya temponya nggak bisa gerasa gerusuk. Karena dari tadi Tinkernya yang bikin gangguin momentumnya Secret mau ngeburst. Ditambah apa ya, Mart sama Ruptur tadi nggak gerak sama sekali sama Tumbaman. Kite-nya udah jadi. Kurirnya mati tadi. Wah gila, Brem ngelawan ya? Tim Skylark ya? Network 7000 sekarang. Salah ya. Tapi gue kayak masih feeling bisa menang sih ini, bisa menang 2-0 itu masih bisa. Cuman ya itu tadi prosesnya.
A courier from Radiant's army dies, and a piece of evil incarnate is lifted from the world.
Waduh, kesalahan Skylarknya ngapain Haji Bambang? Jauh banget. Dapat damage duel berapa 40 lebih sih. Jarang banget dia dapat damage duel dari tadi Zay. Di lock, di silent, dia apa-apain semuanya ke Zay. Naik high ground mumpung ada ini apa nih, ada kayak gitu. Oh dia dapat yang besar. Tinker cepet sih tangannya wis main Tinker. BKB nggak sampai BKB dia. BT kan laser gitu di burst lagi gitu lagi. Balik lagi. Gitu aja. BT-in tuh. Bisa cuma ya lama. Nah, harus tarik ulur kayak gitu, udah nggak boleh maksa. Gila sih. Bentar.
This will do nicely.
Dire's top tower is being attacked. Dire have fortified their towers. Radiant's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower is being attacked. Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
You make best situation out of no situation.
Haste!
Dire's top barracks are under attack. barracks are under a quantity of murder both sick and wicked. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
I gave your death so to believe.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Double rubble.
This will do nicely.
Unacceptable amount of murder.
Excellent!
Clear water.
At least we're not stuck in cords.
Didn't you see me leaving?
Your blood is mine.
And I fell as a body. I'm spring-loaded.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Haste!
You make best situation out of no situation.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Roshan's blood is spilled. Radiant's bottom tower under fire. Shed no tears. Farewell, sweet angel. Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
My waters rise. Double damage.
Quite a spree. Dire's bottom tower is fallen.
Berat. Bener kan? Tapi secretnya ya itu tadi butuh waktu dia jadinya. 19.000 network sekarang. Ayo, bisa ya. Bisa ya. Tinggal satu momen clash lagi sih, buybacknya juga pada habis. Game lama ini kayaknya. Emang Tinker kurang ajar ya. Sahin.
Look at how invulnerable Dire's towers are.
Buybacknya Tinker ada. Skate agak nih Wiras. BKB-in udah matu. Kena roar, tapi ada waveform ke bagian depan. Laser Nisa mati. Tapi mega grip. Tahan, sabar. BKB kabur dulu, sabar dulu. Dadah. Satu kali lagi. Udah buyback tuh. Besar. Jangan. Kalau damage-nya kurang banget sih, susah. Cari momentum lagi. Situ. Duel. Kira duel. Bisa udah itu namanya. Can blink.
Regeneration.
Dan dia nggak bikin ini dong apa? Sky. Licin ini cuma kali kena combo burst kayak tadi itu yang bahaya. Buka map papi. Dar nggak bisa dagger. Burst nggak sih? Bisa nih. Sky. Banyak banget March. Gimana mau masuknya gila. Gila mega creep loh ini. 54 menit anjir gamenya. Sky-nya di Skyred. Kok jadi susah Nisa. Wah. Reform 2 kali kabur. Creep maju. Kayak gitu lagi bisa.
So strong guys, I'm so strong.
I'm so strong. Asik. Wheelnya rame. Bisa berarti masuk pakai sweep blink, waveform 2 kali balik kayak gitu. Kalau mau dapat tower kayaknya. Yang enaknya nih saya tambah ini kan ada leveler juga. Dia 2 nih bawa ninja gear juga. Gila 27k belum kelar ini game. Yuk Secret bisa yuk. Kalau 2-0 habis ini lawan Nigma lawan Tundra. Kita nonton. Ayo buru. Marsnya sumpah, tinkernya Marsnya gak annoying banget. Nah, matunya buang BKB lagi. Fresh BKB cuy. Fresh BKB. Nah, gitu dong. SS Spartan ini mati. Dah, jelek udah Skylar kayak kedapat satu ruptur ke Matung Baman, right clickin dia darahnya kembali di roar lagi. Nisa nungguin. Dar burst. Zaynya dapat kill ke Skyred. Udah GG sih ini. Iya enggak sih? Satu hit. Oke, no buyback. GG. Udah capek woi. Udah wis udah ya. Udah ya wis ya. Udah ya. Happy birthday to you. Terus laser terus sampai gila. Oke. 56 menit game ya. Ini kalau nggak ada tinker gua nggak tahu, mungkin lebih cepat daripada ini harusnya. Gila. Gila sih. Udah lah ya. Habis. Secret mengamankan poinnya. Kita lihat ke Wikipedia langsung. Gua nggak sabaran pengen ke Wikipedia. Kita refresh. 325. Berarti Secret naik ke posisi 4. Makanya malam ini Nigma juga harus menang. Kalau enggak, Nigmanya bakal di posisi yang sama dengan Secret. Ya, ngebayang nggak sih kalau poinnya sama? Terus nanti Oji lawan Liquid, Oji menang, poinnya sama. Gelut aja tuh 3 orang tuh, sama-sama Nigma, Secret sama Oji. Buset. Gila seru nih. Gimana Wal? Lanjut Nigma? Lanjut, kita tungguin Nigma lagi abis ini ya. Kita sambil nunggu Nigma. Enjoy dulu, santai dulu, ya kan? Sabar lagi, tarik napas lagi.
Radiant team pick.
We do know that Skeeter, he messes around with his hair a lot in the draft, so I don't know if that is a sign, like, if he touches his hair more,
He's
is he
already
more worried?
stressed it out.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying? Oh,
yeah.
no, oh, no.
Oh, no.
One of the things that I feel like Tundra, one of their
10
most
seconds to
successful drafts is when they have big team fighters. So these
5
Tidehunters,
seconds.
Enigmas.
Hurry,
I was actually
hurry.
very disappointed that they did not opt for either Phoenix or Enigma in their series against Alliance, because I felt like that was combination of your strength and a potential weakness of Alliance is percentage-based damage.
Yes.
So I'm still looking for that on Tundra's side, and then a link between the two of them is a predilection for harder carries, right? Terrorblades, Medusas, like those kind of heroes both sides actually do like picking up.
Now that's fascinating. Going with the duo support
Only 10
opening.
seconds.
Unless there's some miracle willow, I'm not
5 seconds
knowledgeable about here.
remaining.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I perked up because I thought he was playing it in his post, but I think it's Thompson
Yeah, I think it's
instead.
Thompson. That sounds more like Thompson's alley. Usually don't reveal your two supports because at the competitive level, the supports do tell you a lot about the pace of the early game, as well as it tells you enough information about both lanes that you can often draft pretty strong lane duos against at least the support, which makes it really difficult to compensate for with the respective core picks. But
10
Willow
seconds to
Warlock,
pick.
that is a metric crap ton of team fight.
5
Yeah, if you
seconds remaining.
look at the tie between the two, Dispel is really good against both of those, right? Because
Very.
it's crowned, and then Fatal Bonds
Dire's back.
is really important to Dispel. So this Tidehunter pickup fits into what we were talking about before. Big team fight that also does well against these supports. One of the, I will say, one of the upsides of first twoing your supports in this current meta is that 4 positions in
Only
roaming
10
supports
seconds.
in general don't seem to be that impactful.
5
Right,
seconds.
it just doesn't
Hurry,
feel like you can
hurry.
put that much pressure on many of the mid laners right now, in part because of this bottle water rune spam. And then on top of that, like half the time past 4 minutes, they're spending time hitting easy camp creeps, or maybe they're stacking their own triangle and farming that. Like, it just feels like it's kind of hard to know what they're doing and to gank them.
That is true. I will say the supports are pretty much lane babysitters for the first maybe 4 minutes. Usually they'll check that water rune because at that point most offlaners are pretty
Radiant's
self-sufficient, at least
back.
for a creep wave or two. Warlock, I love this hero this patch. I think he's fallen out of favor, though, a lot more than I would have expected. Maybe in favor of the AAs of the world that are now getting even first-round banned. That hero was pretty much not a thing 3 or 4 weeks ago. Just such a stable lane
Only
support,
10
gives you team
seconds.
fight, a lot of really cool
Dire's
Fatal
back.
Bonds combos that you can really plug in from any role. You can do like the Gyrocopter in the carry role, which they ban out. You can do even like Venomancers in the off lane if you're feeling cute. It's just any spread damage works out really well with it.
Yeah, I think the part of the recent Ancient Apparition is more viable
10 seconds
than
to
Warlock
pick.
right now, is the speed that you can play with Ancient Apparition, right? It feels like you
5
put Ancient
seconds.
Apparition
Hurry,
with,
hurry.
say, like last game, support Tiny, or any other
Radiant's
kind of
back.
like mid laner that runs around, then your Ice Vortex plus your Cold Feet actually have real potential to help ganks actually work. Whereas Warlock doesn't provide that same kind of presence. It's really hard to use Fatal Bonds in a ganking scenario, and Shadow Word very oftentimes at the
Only
levels that
10
you're at,
seconds.
2 levels of Shadow Word most of the time, maybe
Take that.
a low level of
5
upheaval. It doesn't really do
seconds
that much. So,
Very
which
passive
means
hero.
you are entirely team fight dependent and also cooldown dependent. And it has proven to be a decently fast meta. Yeah, big team fights are still really important, but you also want to be able to constantly have some sort of offense available.
So they are forced to pick first, Enigma, coming into the second round. You wait to reveal your cores, and I'm kind of gonna hopefully find out why. You know, what's the idea? You see the tide, does that mean you immediately
Radiant
third pick
team
your
are now
carry with
picking.
something like the
Dire
jug?
team are now picking.
That's
Juggernaut.
just stable?
That's
do they
a
do?
Juggernaut. That seems...
Is that what they did?
I heard that.
Nice. Okay, so they do immediately reveal the counter core to the most likely 3-position hero of Tundra. I know they've Occasionally ran 5
10
tide.
seconds to pick.
Maybe they like the mag with it too. I don't know. I feel like it's
Mag Willow is a lane.
5 seconds
Absolutely.
remain.
yeah, a mag jug with the power is always nice.
Yeah, Jug definitely an ILTW special. I think giving a carry player when he's newer to a team, comfort heroes as well as heroes with a little bit of forgiving spells. In this case, the spin to survive. It just makes this transition smoother. I think when you're coming onto a new team as a carry.
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to just almost in a pub fashion just focus on your own game.
Yeah.
Right. I do quite like Mag right now. He's so good with so many of these 4 positions. Dark Willow, Lina, the repositioning of Shockwave works so well with that. I have personally played with and against the Dark Willow Mag combo, and it's so annoying. Brambles gets thrown down. If it's freely thrown and you end up in one of those Brambles, then you are Shockwave back into another set of Brambles. It just sucks.
How do you compare him to the Centaur? Like, on the offline, if you had to choose in this lineup, would you prefer Mag over Centaur? Centaur's still in, right?
I would strongly consider Centaur because they picked a Baden,
5
which likely
seconds.
means they're
Hurry,
going for something
hurry.
like a Drow in the carry role. We talked about, Cap talked about the importance of dispels, so it makes sense why they would have Tide offlane, but also a 5 position of Baden in order to not only protect itself, but all others. And if you pick a ranged, or sorry, a melee 5, you probably want a ranged core. And out of all the ranged cores I can think of that aren't Medusa, because that's already banned out, and Morphling as well, Drow sticks out to me the most. And I know Nigma's going to be thinking, like, what's their likely pairing with this Abaddon? And I think Centaur deals with it better than the Mag.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Drow is certainly a hero. I feel like we haven't been seeing it that much in the DPC, but I've seen it toyed around with enough in pubs, and I imagine it's being picked in scrims. It feels like one of those heroes that people are trying to figure out whether or not they can actually do it in officials.
And of the few teams that do pick Drow, we did see Tundra at least play it once, but it was not successful.
It's either Drow or Luna, even though I hate Luna. I think that has to be their 2 options here.
Yeah, one of the things about Drow that people are experimenting with is the current shard, Frostbite.
5 seconds
What does it do?
You don't get it super early, but it shatters people. It does like it does additional slow, and then it shatters them, doing like AoE damage.
It's
based on
60
percentage
damage
of them,
per
right?
stack, I think.
Yeah.
So it makes your frost arrows like fury swipes, where the more times you hit them, the more damage they take per hit, and then also it makes it so that when they die, if however many charges they have, it blows up in an area, and your your split shot, or what's it called? Multi-shot. Multi-shot triggers frost arrows, so it's like a farming / damage mechanism. It also reduces healing. But okay, not even in the game, so not gonna worry about it anymore. They do go for the Faceless Void. Decent matchup against Jug, carry to carry. It's okay out of all the melee heroes with the Abaddon, just because usually Abaddon is like on the side of the lane, using Orb of Venom plus his passive to bully. And usually you pick ranged cores because they can kind of be laning while also helping you bully. But Faceless Void, he has the time dilation as well as the time walk to actually come over and help you in lane. So it's like a reasonable pairing. But if I'm an offlaner and I see Abaddon Void, there's a lot of options, such as like an Underlord that can just damage mitigate that will almost always free farm. So I think Mind Control could very well take control.
Yeah, I mean you say Underlord, that sounds like a great pick to me, and then I look at Tundra having to ban like Timber Saw, Axe, like yeah, all those heroes would work really nicely against a double melee lane as well.
Yeah,
so.
they would just free farm. Those heroes would not only free farm, but they're like the meta ones. They're the best heroes of the patch. I think Centaur is even reasonable here if they want to do it, since it just happens to be in the pool. We usually don't get that far. The question is, you're against Lesh. It seems like a Queen of Pain.
I was going to say that. Same thing Fog said. We saw Mind Control on Nature's Prophet the other day, and he crushed it. They were able to set such a high tempo with that. Would it fit?
You picked Warlock Willow, and then what? I feel like I'd rather have at least one guy that's like a stunner. They don't have a way to start fights right now. I mean, Mind Control, like Nature's Prophet. I'll never complain if you pick it, but...
What mid laner do we need to see? It needs to be some sort of ranged nuker. Was that Lina?
I heard Lina as well.
Lina is a good matchup against the Leshrac.
I was a little bit surprised they banned Void Spirit just because so many melee heroes with a Faceless Void. I felt like you absolutely needed some sort of range because they only have Sapphire right now.
Yeah, I think Centaur is the best pick here by a pretty large margin. But if they go Nature's Prophet, like I said, take me home, mind control.
There's quite a few options actually still left for him, which is
what kind of build would you want in a Nature's Prophet? Because I'm not even sure if you can go an Orchid build with cleanse in this case.
No, I'd even be fine if you just went pure like utility around the map, like you go like Witchblade Solar Crest, that kind of stuff.
Night Stalker. That's an interesting one because that actually is a disable that will stick onto these heroes.
That's even better. Yeah.
Hates these AoE persistent disables. Abaddon is low range. You very often get caught in the silence of Night Stalker when trying to shield people, and obviously persistent silence is great against Void as well.
Is what I love about, I mentioned in the Bad and Void lane, is they just don't punish the offlaner. It's a very greedy, it's like a passive lane in the sense that you're just not afraid of getting killed if you're the offlaner that's durable. And Night Stalker is often, he struggles if you're against consistent damage, like a Troll, an Ursa, Lifestealer that's just constantly pelting you with attacks. But he's an overall greedy offlaner because usually people can out-push the lane, out-pressure him, but Abaddon Void don't really do that. So all the weaknesses that Night Stalker suffers, which makes him very situational, we don't see him all that much this meta, are not in this game. And I wanted Centaur to have somebody that runs in and disrupts and starts things, and I think Night Stalker is actually a better version of that this game for all the reasons Cap mentioned. So I think that's a sick last pick, and they're going to own.
Okay, so Cap, what needs to happen for Tundra to have a good start here in this series?
We'll definitely be looking out for the mid matchup. You know, you got your last pick, Lina pickup. If he does really well, then he can actually threaten the Leshrac in every single one of these team fights with like, especially if you actually start getting a bit of right click damage. 9 is 100% the person I'm going to be watching all game long.
Okay, we're going to be watching that mid lane, and we're going to watch a fun game of Dota 2 together with our commentary team, Moxie and Fogged.
All right, well, we've got a lot of eyes over on that mid lane, but a lot of people pretty excited about this Night Stalker pickup.
Yeah. Big fan of the hero. I don't think we get to see it too much in Europe at all. I know China does love this hero on certain specific players, but looks great in this game. You're playing versus Tidehunter. You can't crack and shell off of that silence because it's going to be constantly applied to you because it's from the Night Stalker. Same thing for the Void. You just are constantly silent, super annoying. Abaddon usually need to get pretty close range to get these shields off. Silence, again, it's a great hero to just lead the charge and definitely be that, what I think Brian was trying to say, like, you know, the dangler, right? The guy that just like, he starts the fight, he baits them a little bit to come in, but also looking at Tundra, very ulti-reliant lineup is what I'm looking at. So I feel like the pace that Team NIGMA can set, especially with like less jug, they can just start taking towers very quick if you do start slipping up with 1 or 2 of those ults.
Does feel like they have a very nice balanced draft coming out from the side here of NIGMA. The fact that, you know, you've got someone who's going to be able to put pressure down on those buildings. You've got the ganking duo of GH and Mind Control together. I always like when you can see 2 people just very clearly.
30 seconds.
They almost booped noses there. My goodness.
They kind of did. Oh my, that was
right on the cusp
cute.
there.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this pad. Look at how sneaky they're being.
9.
This is insane. 9's very close to his tower, though. That's a tough one to get. They're playing.
Yeah, but they're waiting. They're hoping that 9's gonna.
He's gonna step. Oh. He's gonna step back. They're waiting at the wings.
Come hit there, my child.
Oh, is he gonna get caught here? It looks like.
All right, that's gonna be the jump, the brambles, everything getting used on 9, and Mind Control is gonna be off to a really nice start.
And they immediately start with the chat wheel. So you can tell Team NIGMA, they're ready for some fun again today. As we saw the other day, super aggressive. That was the key thing that we did see from them, with a very similar kind of style of supports in particular. I think they actually did have the exact same too. Looking at Tundra though, they are countering a bit of this Willow for sure with the way they've set up their draft. Tidehunter, Kraken Shell able to remove Fatal Bonds. Abaddon Shield able to remove his buddies. Fatal Bonded tough stuff. So we did see how much the Warlock was a problem the other day, how much damage it was able to amplify. So Tundra has put themselves in a position to counter that a bit.
This mid matchup here, from what I understand, it should be, you know, going more towards the side of 9, but of course it is Miracle.
It is.
Who is playing this Leshrac, so.
Up to those lane mechanics. I think this is a pretty, very, very slightly Lina favored matchup, but I think Lesh can free farm in the same exact kind of
much.
LTW.
Oh my goodness, he drops very low.
Is dead, but it's
Sora will get a courier for it though, because they don't pay attention while they are going aggressive. As
Fata?
happened a lot. As Fata.
Okay, he's going to be the first victim here as they do put some pressure here on Skeeter.
Very strong lane. GH drops very low himself too. Do they have any salve? Mind Control used it on himself, so GH is going to stay quite low to up here. But it doesn't matter, because he's playing versus Void Abaddon. Very passive lane, as the panel mentioned.
Fatal Bond's pretty annoying down here in the bottom lane,
Yes.
something that we were saying to watch out for.
Yeah, early on, this lane is quite strong versus the Tidehunter. That's what you do see snaking. We've seen this more, at least especially recently, because the Snapfire is used to just default. You get the little shredder, but here versus Jog, you have Tide. You want to be able to get him away from that spin in case of anything. And you can even get some aggressive playstyle too with the Cookie too. So I feel like the people are switching up the build a little bit here. I've seen China actually skipping little shredder a lot of the times too. They actually just get your Cookie and your Scatter Blast sometimes. But in Europe, I'm pretty sure we're going to see the same just Cookie and little shredder.
It's got some very good value to it, but it was always nice whenever you can see some dynamic. moves
Dropping
around.
low.
33 is dropping very, very low. In fact, he pops a Fairy Fire, and it's just not enough. Those Fatal Bonds. Too good.
Yeah. It's got the Bastia ready, the Dream for Kuroki. Exactly what you want to have happen for your Warlock this early on, especially with the Jug. They did have to burn a bit of regen there, but great aggressive plays again coming out. Snaking, he's gonna be happy. This is a very happy Snapfire. 3 full creeps, he's level 3 now. Tidehunter is only level 2, so Snapfire is gonna be a bit over leveled in this lane, which could also work out pretty decently because level 1 Little Shredder, not that strong. Level 2, very strong, especially when you have a Gush behind.
Lots of negative armor coming out in this bottom lane, but you have to play very, very carefully here. Another spin over here.
But look at the damage.
ILTW needs to be careful. Cookie hop forward. They'll get the stun. Can they finish them off? Do they have the damage? Indeed, they do. Snaking gonna get himself a kill.
Getting that early level 3 was quite important for him to turn it onto the Jug. Don't think that they gave the respect to that little Shredder.
Dire's courier has been murdered.
Did the neutrals just kill his courier? They did.
Okay.
Courier's dying all over the place.
Been seeing a lot of that recently.
Yeah.
Something's up with the couriers, man. They're just tired of this life.
Bottom, this is a struggle lane for both sides. Jug 7 last hits, Tide 6. We said Snapfire kind of taking over the core. Is that a... I think that is. That's a medallion coming out already on Snaking.
Oh my god.
3 minutes in, there's going to be a medallion on this Jug, plus all these little shredders and Gush. And this minus armor is going to be very effective.
That's very, very scary.
That's
when
so
you consider
early.
how much they've already got going on with just their abilities, and now you add a medallion into it.
Yeah. And immediately they're spinning again. LTW. Just trying to push 33 out of the lane, making sure he can get no farm. Kuro
has to be careful. They're applying some of that low shredder damage like we talked about.
No mana for Cookie, though. 10 short. I think they had a mango on the Tide. Maybe they could have gone for it, but they chose not to.
They're just, muscling away here. GH trying to get a little bit of this experience. 9 making his way over. Should be able to go and...
He killed it. Didn't show the attack animation, the projectile in midair, but he did kill the water rune. That looked a little bit weird.
That is really weird. I didn't realize that it would show.
I usually feel like I do see it. I've never seen it not
I've never
show.
seen it not show.
Oh, cool.
All right, well, top lane, though, a little bit of pressure being placed here on Mind Control.
He's making him just run away from the creep wave. Skeeter ends up missing, I think, 2 creeps there for that. Still farming just fine up here, but he should, as the Void. The thing is that you're giving a free lane to a hero like Nightstalker, who can be a bit more greedy. So we are going to have that nighttime being coming out soon, and then they're going to really put the pressure onto Skeeter up here.
The lane trying to trade off. No, Miracle's got too much damage.
Oh, and he was winning the matchup pretty well, too, on this Lina. It does just get ran down. Miracle. Yeah, raindrops. He's used a lot of charges here. And the build, interesting. Doesn't go for 2 points in lightning. Sometimes you see that to be able to match out the aggression of Alina, but he just goes for the kill, and it ends up working. Might even find himself a second one here, Fata.
Chasing down Fata. Brambles. No.
He's got him.
He's got the shield. He's got plenty of damage. Fata just going to, see a little bit of space created, I guess.
I'm trying to get some information. Maybe watching for some stacks or something like that. As bottom, we're seeing, this is just the battle lane. I mean, both teams just duking it out. But the Tidehunter is hitting a threshold of being pretty much unkillable, especially with that medallion behind. Snaking's gonna heal up, but phenomenal start down here for the Snapfire. Look at the Jug's farm. 13 last hits. He's so far behind.
I feel like this is the story of snaking since joining Tundra. Not necessarily always because, you know, he's getting these kills in lane or whatnot, but he's just been allowed to play like much greedier than a lot of fours.
Yeah,
he finds the farm.
Yeah, especially, I mean, a lot of the times we did see him doing like some jungle stuff with his
Enigma is like
we tried the Venomancer, but yeah, he's doing really well. Especially when those type of things happen, you just get given that medallion. He's moving mid.
There's a lot of people making their way to this mid lane now. Brambles connecting, but they've got the supports. The haste rune does get picked up over here by Miracle.
That's a big rune when you've gone for the skill build as well. 3 points in Edict. Has level 6 already finished up. He could run down pretty much anybody here.
Bottom lane, another spin over on 33. He's absolutely fine. I'm waiting to see what we see happen here on this mid lane, though. It definitely feels like they want to apply the pressure, although they have rotated the other supports back up top.
Snaking kind of has to just sit behind for a second here. I think 9 has to be very careful with his positioning because of that haste. As top,
Silent,
time's out.
First crown. Okay, yeah, they do have the Photic shield. Executor, but that pressure we talked about, it's already started.
Kicking up, the catapult is there too, so it's going to start hitting on the tower. Kuroki's going to rotate. They're just going to leave the jug bottom since he shouldn't die. He should just be able to farm down here now at this point. And just really trying to use this catapult at its maximum. It will die here, but it did get 500-ish damage. Not great, not terrible.
Dire structures are fortified.
Snaking.
GH should be able to just run away here. Does have the boots.
Maybe
middle lane though. Miracle trying to dance around in circles. Looks like he's gonna be able to get the. Oh no, the Photic shield coming out. So Miracle is forced to just run out of this area. Bottom lane, more spins coming out from ILTW. He's just trying to bully 33 a little bit more here.
Both just poking at each other constantly. Miracle is playing so aggressive lately. We saw the Tiny from the other day. This time on the Lash, he's not going for just like farming whatsoever. He's just going for battle. Max Edict built, as we said, it's going to be this very early push timing that Team NIGMA is setting up for, but it does look like Tundra, they're going to get these early levels in particular, like Snaking. If they give him that 6, which I think, I actually would like them to see give him a little bit more level so he can fight with the Chrono, because then he can set up these defenses around towers really easy. Chrono plus Kisses, or Ravage plus Kisses, they will have a couple different ways to actually protect from the inevitable push that will come from this Jug Lash. Gotta watch out for the swoop, though. That's always the power of that Night Stalker coming in from the backlines once he does has Dark Ascension online too.
That is true, because already we're seeing some of this pincering movement coming out. They're sweeping through the jungle. They do have a nice ward over there on the eye spot, so they can keep tabs on who's hanging out on the side.
Snaking hits 5. Looks like Skeeter's actually smoking to make a move onto mid. They want Miracle. Looks like it's going to be GH who shows for now. I don't think they want to settle for that one. They want a bigger kill with this Chronosphere. If Skeeter's going to go hunting, they need a big core kill.
Yeah, they're backing off. They're just going to farm up the jungle for now, and they're going to be patient. They are starting to migrate, though, down to this bottom half of the map for the side of Team NIGMA, and LTW has to be a bit careful. There is Skeeter nearby. He does have the Chrono. Don't have those Kisses online just yet.
He's safer because he's got that high effective armor since he is just carries the Agi hero. So he's okay if it's just the Chronosphere that's on top of him. He just has to watch out if there were the Kisses, but Kisses not available. They're just going to pressure tower with the movement.
They're getting close though.
They are close. And top, we see the same rotation. NIGMA brings down towers 10 times faster.
Yes.
Edict alone pushes faster than the whole enemy lineup of Tundra. Kisses, of course, the little Shredder helps a bit, but still got to take them time to take this bottom tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Yeah, this is not necessarily the fastest pushing lineup.
No.
Coming out from Tundra, but they're putting the pressure down.
Radiant's bottom tower
especially not if the Lena's there, and Lena is looking to show herself in mid. GH is taking that XP, and here comes that wraparound, that sandwich. They saw her.
Yeah, Brambles doing into place. They've got the silence. LSA, though, does buy a bit more time. The Curse Crown does come out, and they're just going to try to chase down. Not going to follow up here from Skeeter. Does manage to get the Chronosphere off, and they don't quite have the Snapfire just yet, but they'll take down Miracle. They're looking for more. The Fatal Bots have been applied. Mind Control will fall. Cookie out forward here from Skeeter's LTW. He was hunting. He just can't seem to get his hands on them. 33, walking over to the high ground. Looks like he's just going to try to focus down these stacks instead.
They were very ready for that move coming in, very ready for the wraparound. Skeeter instantly does TP, and they do also get the Fada TP first to get that shield off. Very nicely done to protect 9. Good stuff so far. Very even, slow game.
Regeneration. Great Chronosphere, but now, of course, you know.
It's down. It's time to go.
Yeah, it is.
Time to push mid again.
Exactly. They still have the Ravage, and they have picked up the Snapfire Kisses now. So.
I think they have to run 33 over. he doesn't have TP, so he has to move very quick as this tower, it's going to get brought down super fast. Do a glyph.
Seconds here.
So 33 should make it in time.
He's got to walk on in, though, and look at this already. Enigma respecting it, backing off.
They're going to glyph the
Fortify
catapult.
the carry, though.
Yep. Showing
Otherwise,
4
they got-
heroes, but this is the move that they need to do to stop that kind of push here. And now they can start a push of their own with that tide there. And they did use the Dark Ascension before, so nighttime is not available, so it's tougher for Mind Control to show up and look for these fights.
33 will happily take all of these hits off. They have to be careful, though, because they do have the Fatal Bonds applied to them.
They have lots of different ways to remove it, though. Shields, plus the Kraken eventually when it procs, yeah. Bada always at the ready, does remove out that second one. Enigma, they respond versus this tower push themselves, too, with also heavy team fight availability with Kuroki sitting back with the Infernal. But they're stalling. Mind Control just farming jungle, because we said, you know, daytime. Using that downtime.
I would say that Tundra is being very good about not blowing all of their ultimates at once.
Yes.
Obviously, they have a great wombo combo, but, you know, it's usually just, you know, Chronosphere, plus we did see the Laguna Blade, but everyone else holding onto those other spells so that way they can use it as a deterrent, because you know that Nigma, especially Miracle, is going to be just running at your buildings.
Yeah, both cores looks like they're gonna get their Yules at the same time, the Lina and the Lash. It feels like we have like pretty much mirror movements coming up from both sides so far.
They do indeed.
ILTW is going for fighting build. He's got the Yasha into the Diffusal queued up.
Visibility.
Seeing more Diffusal, of course, as we always mention in China, but do see its purpose in this one versus some low mana heroes, Tidehunter, Abaddon, Void. Could be effective. We've seen it more and more.
All right, Night Stalker and Dark Willow on the hunt, looking to find any stragglers here in the jungle, maybe wrap around, get a quick pick off, but they do have to be careful because they are going to be walking into several heroes here.
Yeah, 9 has the Yule so he's got a way to protect himself versus this aggression.
Stack, gonna make the play over here on Snake King. Curse Crown, right on it. This is gonna be a dead Snapfire.
He almost got, you saw, he wounded up the cookie, but oh, the silence, the crippling fear did catch onto him right at the edge, so stops that animation.
They take the stack too.
That's a big one. Yeah, GH even gonna just ult for it.
Pretty happy with that here.
Great usage of the Dark Ascension. Nighttime in about 2 minutes as well, too, after that does end. And he's getting close to his vessel. Gonna be quite early.
Still a lot of posturing, though, around this middle tower. Feels like Tundra really want to put the pressure down, try to take advantage of...
tower is being attacked.
Spending a lot of time here. That you can see that Nigma is winning in the efficiency so far because Mind Control is just farming so much more during this downtime, and they did, of course, steal that stack away. These supports, we see a level 8 on the Willow, level 6 on Kuroki. Kuroki's got all he needs.
They're playing this really well, too. Skeeter's, he's got the Chronosphere if they want to try to do any sort of initiation. They have lots of ways that they can do this. They have to watch out. Miracle appearing over here on the side.
They're gonna drop
They drop the rock, and they have those Fatal Bonds down, but the follow-up with the Terrorists. Trying to get them out. They're both stunned up. The Snapfire is coming, but Knight's already dead. Followed up with the Ravage. 33 will fall, but they have the Chronosphere. They held on to it long enough. They'll take down Miracle. They'll take down Mind Control. They're chasing after GH now. Looks like Skeeter should be able to find that kill now. ILTW, he's going to try to spin, but they have this physical damage. He's got to be careful. Might be able to go and just burn down Snake and Cookie just a little bit too early here, as Skeeter is going to take a lot of this, but he time walks away, has his eyes now on Kuroki, and he's just going to wail away on him and put pressure down on the tower.
And they come out ahead on it just a little bit here. It's like the exact same thing from both sides coming out there. They kill the Lash, they also kill the Lina, the Abaddon lives, but they do end up getting that finalized kill onto the Warlock. So I do feel like Tundra is happy, but they did not finish off the tower.
Yeah. And now they blew a bunch of those ultimates. They only have the Laguna Blade now available.
And Enigma's gonna go right back. It's almost nighttime.
They are. 33 is tanking a lot of this damage. Time off way here from Skeeter. Snake King, the Yules comes out here from Miracle. Gonna get just stunned immediately. Skeeter, though, chasing in. It's almost enough damage to take down Snake King, but not quite. Miracle, he's in trouble. The cookie hop forward. Skeeter, he just needs to find him, but he's still going to fall. As ILTW again, spin into what should be able to take down 33 here if he wants to go and commit on it. The silence, though, coming out. Mind Control joining right back in. Laguna over on the back lines, taking out GH as Snake King's getting chased down by Mind Control.
Both teams just
They're going
duking
right
it out
back
of the
in.
mid lane. I love this.
They're continuing. This is starting to look like some of my pubs here. Immediately spin over onto 9. They'll be able to keep them healthy. They'll turn right back around. They get off one of these bashes.
It's just constant
Jump
battle.
forward again here from Skeeter, trying to put out more damage over onto Kuro.
Control again using the Ascension. We do have nighttime though, so he is a lot stronger throughout these next few moments. And will they be able to get the tower this time is the question. It's the battle of the mid.
It is.
Miracle does get brought down again. What does he do? Because he does use the aggressive Yule, so he gets time dilated up.
Fata.
And they keep holding this tower.
Nice positioning. He's just trying to get one of these stuns off.
Another glyph for the Cardi. It's literally mid wars.
It is.
How long has this been here? It's been like 6 minutes of both teams just TPing 5 heroes, running. Look at this again.
Yep,
all 5 heroes
thing.
to mid lane from one side, all 5 heroes from the other
We've
side.
been here so long that they're starting to get their abilities back off the cooldown here. Skeeter's rooted into place, gets a bash off over onto Mind Control. Does have to be careful. He's got the Cursed Crown and the Brambles, but he is just going to time walk it off as they start to make a play over on Miracle. Not quite. ILTW again, the spin, another bash.
Can't even tell who's coming out more ahead on this because it's literally the exact same thing from both sides. Like, okay, Omni's coming back up, but so is Chronosphere, so is Ravage. So is Chaotic Offering, so is absolutely everything. Back to the mid lane battle. We will have Void take a little bit of time off, go collect some bounties, but then back to the mid lane to
Dear
fight.
Diary, it is day 4 of sieging the middle towers, and, you know, morale is still high with the troops.
Miracle's like, enough for this. I'm going top. Getting a wave or two for myself for now.
I think that's the play here at this point. There's another one of those that's they're looking to engage. The silence still coming out immediately over onto the Spadden. It's forced away, but they already used the Willow Bellum.
Gonna spin the wave to clear it out. They're gonna glyph the wave so that he can't.
They'll go for the Ravage.
It does clip him.
Clipping right at the very end, but the Terrorize coming out is beautiful here. Fall from GH. They'll go, they'll drop the Chronosphere. And they've got these kisses. Can they do enough damage? It's looking pretty gosh darn good over here on Mind Control. The bash comes out. Yes, Mind Control will fall. They already took out ILTW.
Tundra's ults being a little bit more successful here. Yeah, definitely tipping Skeeter. I think he caught absolutely everybody. That Ravage also was sick. Timed perfectly for when the Blade Fury ends. That was very nice by 33. As they will get that mid tower, so Battle of the Mid Tower will finally end. It looked like he almost did it just a second too early, but this man is perfect.
Because he just... Perfect.
Skeeter also, that little sidestep was actually so clutch. He actually backpedaled, dodged the Terrorize so that he jumps in and gets the successful Chrono off. And nice healing ward micro, but not going to keep Mind Control alive.
It was a good try for sure, but very nicely played here.
And they're going to get the tower deny in the mid lane, so Tundra, they've won the mid ward for sure.
Bastards.
I love it.
What a game.
12 to 12, 18 minutes. Wouldn't ask for a better even game as Fata found again. Got his own way to protect himself as soon as he drops low.
Yeah, immediately. Borrowed time comes out. He is not going to be able to survive this time.
Oh, whose item was that? Whose neutral item was that? Was that the shield that popped it? Don't tell me that. I think it was. It was... Okay. You got it, okay. I was like, oh god.
Fox is very upset about
I was like, oh god, did the neutral get stolen? Look at him, he runs for it. I was so scared for a second. The courier. Oh, nicely done.
Nicely done.
Almost lost himself a neutral. As NIGMA, they are still looking to fight a little bit more frequently here. Since they do know that Chrono, Ravage, Snapfire Kisses are down. It's still nighttime for Mind Control.
That's quite the mouthful of all the abilities now. All the R buttons are... Except for, you know, the Laguna Blade. Yes. Still have that up and running, but the smoke is over here on NIGMA. They're looking to just... come through the area, see what they can find. They threw up some nice vision, deep in there.
It's interesting because it's an interesting dynamic because they're reliant on cooldowns, but not as reliant because they have Night Stalker, who he can just rely on just flying into the backlines and just breaking up the fight so much. But also they do have to rely sometimes when it's not nighttime and he has Dark Ascension cooldown. So it's a lot of cooldown back and forth here between this game that makes it really fun. And Fata constantly just runs into them here, which is actually really good for him. He's scouting, forcing spells on himself, getting his team into good positions to get those ults. This is a very even back and forth game so far for these first 20.
Look how immediately they turn around. The Cookie Hub forward here. Do you have the Curse Crown over on Fata? It's stunned. They'll just back off.
Skeeter is definitely the big winner out of all this stuff. 406 so far, yet to die. ILTW does have the 2 deaths. He's been slowed down. We'll almost have the Fusel Blade finished up, but that does mean that feels like NIGMA is going to be more on a timer of just constantly looking for fights, while Void's going to scale better. 9? He gets caught.
Didn't realize that everybody was in the vicinity. There's just a lot of burst damage. Does have the Yules. Going to try to buy just a tiny bit more time, but again, GH will find the kill.
It's a lot of gold. Wow. 405.
Invisibility.
20 minutes in.
We've had quite the fights back and forth. I mean, most of it was taking place here in the mid lane, but...
It was.
Yeah, look at that heat map. Woo! That's for Snapfire alone.
Snaking's been everywhere.
And he had a really nice start.
Did.
You know? Gotta make use of that. Got the Holy Locket online for our Warlock here.
They're so farmed because it's just been constant 5v5 fights.
Yeah.
So the Warlock is benefit. Heat map was team versus team. Error on the label. I was gonna say, I was like, damn, Snaking's literally playing the whole map somehow. That's impressive.
Those NA Dota boys, man, they're so good.
All right, any important shards? Since we have it 20 minutes, Warlock's got it queued up. A couple people do have it queued up.
Jug has it queued up, I saw
Jug as
earlier.
well, yeah.
That's the next
That's just those two,
item on
it
the
looks
grocery
like.
list, it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's still very neck and neck. Less than
dead
1k
even.
net worth lead. Again, partially because of the fact that everyone's been huddling together in that mid lane, but BKB queued up now for the Lina. Working on that.
They need that BKB especially because Mind Control, as we see, is going to rush toward Blink Dagger, so less about protecting his front line and more about getting to the enemy back line. While UC33, he's got Pipe, so he wants to protect that front line. Don't let them actually cross through to get into the back. It's kind of a... that one is actually an opposite dynamic, but besides that, team fights are pretty much the same. As
He is the wall.
He is the
You
wall.
have to break through, and if you break through the wall, there's a bubble there to contain you, you know?
There
No
is.
breaking quarantine, guys.
Nope.
Very important.
And he's tanky. 33 he also finds Vambrace. So on top of just Pipe, he is very tanky. Is mostly magic damage still on the side of Team Nigma, besides that Jug. Claiming themselves a high ground for now.
He has the shard flying out to him right now, I assume?
I think so, yeah.
There it is.
So I feel like for them, it's time to pick up the pace a little bit. But do have to watch out how you do run into all these ultis. But with that diffusal build, that's usually what that does tell you as these Jugs. Just fight a little bit more frequently. Since we do have that more farm-esque build on Void, Maelstrom, Mask of Madness. They're actually making their way into the pit. We've got the Solar Crest, we've got the Kiss, or the Little Shredder. I almost say Kisses every time, because I feel like
it's so cute.
It's just so common. No, it's just usually Shredder non-stop. It just...
No, it is, it is.
It's always there. This is a big pickup. They're not going to
They
make it in
scan
time.
for it, but they're not going to get there. And you have to watch out. They've so many. Look at this. They have the vision on GH too as he makes his way over. But it's too late. We have the Aegis online here for Skeeter.
He gushed early. That reveals the ward. GH knew he was in tree line there, so he pings it instantly.
They're all hiding in the woods here. Skeeter.
There
Jump
he throws
forward.
kisses.
He's GH. Those comes out. Terrorize gets dropped. They already threw kisses, like you said. And Fata perhaps just a little bit too far forward here, but the rest of the team is caught behind. So, drop the Fatal Bond. They're just going to focus up on the tower. We'll use the Fortify by a couple more seconds. The BKB is now completed as well here for this Faceless Void. So like you said, it's so much magic damage right now that Nigma has. Diffusal, just, you know, slow down, Skeeter. But over in the mid lane, they find Miracle.
Big grab. We weren't ready for that one.
They're still playing around ILCW. They know he's good. 33 was thinking about it. He's playing around it. They go for Chronosphere. They find the Warlock, like you said. And they're just going to follow up with the Ravage. Keep them all stunned into place. The cookie hop forward. And that is a dead ILTW.
My Skeeter is on fire this game. Just literal
These
perfect
Chronos are.
chronos every single time. That is insane. He actually is patient enough to catch the Warlock inside of it too as 9.
He's got a...
It's daytime.
He's got a Yules too.
Nobody
He's hunting.
Stalker.
Oh, Dayman.
GH also getting brought down during this. Mind Control will be able to TP out.
Yeah, no other way to cancel out, but I'm not so sure about... Yeah, GH will fall. I mean, we talked about having a high-octane draft coming out from the side of Nigma, but Tundra is just playing their draft so well.
Skeeter's also just killing it. That core-to-core matchup, him versus the Jug. ILTW making quite a few mistakes, overplaying his hand with these spins. Skeeter is just on point every single time. Level 17 already at this point in the game, and enabled nicely with that snaking behind him with the Solar Crest every single time. This is a very clean game so far from Tundra, just battling it out.
Tundra's hungry, man.
They are. And their lineup scales very hard. As we mentioned, you know, Jug's gone for more of a fighting build, and it's not really working out for them so far.
They just haven't found the engagements, you know. We saw that they have a Night Stalker. We figured, okay, this is going to start putting that pressure down early. You've got Miracle with all this magic damage, but a couple of these engagements have really just kind of gone sideways for the side of Nigma. And now you're running into the issue of, you know, they have BKBs. They have things to counter all of this early magic damage.
And 33's gotten a very interesting item on the Tidehunter. How do you prevent being silenced up from a Night Stalker? Build yourself a Yules to just either Yules him and disengage, or you Yules, you wait for yourself. Usually you Yules the enemy Night Stalker.
There's going to step into place. LCW gets a spin off, but they get a couple of the bastions too. Oh my goodness, he's almost able to. Oh, right on the back line. So they'll go, they'll drop. Miracle trying to burst out this damage, but they have the BKB over on Skeeter. They're chasing after Snake King. They want him, but they're not quite able to get as they jump forward. Can they take down Miracle? Skeeter's just chasing them down. Yules will come into play here at 9, popping his own BKB. They'll be able to get that kill. Snake King does fall. The run is on here after ILTW. They want this kill. They want this jug. Can they get their hands on him?
They've got him.
They've got their Yules, the LSA, the Laguna Blade, and he is dead. They were chasing after 33-something Fierce, too, and he's still alive here. Do eventually manage to nuke him down, but 9 is hunting. Would like to punish him for this damage here, but they don't have the vision. He is going to be able to just teleport on out.
And also, the other thing I didn't point out is the Yules versus the Omni Slash. He's able to dodge out a lot of that damage very nicely. And ILTW, he almost dies at the start of the fight. He actually gets Holy Locketed from his Warlock. That's actually what pumped him up with that big heal there at the start. And NIGMA, again, unable to take a very successful team fight. Now there's going to be a Chronosphere as well available for Tundra. Again and again, just out-fighting Team NIGMA. And getting these catches, ILTW in a very precarious position to start it off too in the river. This is like the death spot, we like to call it, where you're just, you don't have a good vision onto that high ground. Look how low he gets. And then bam, gets Holy Locketed up. And Skeeter, just BKB already at this point. He's able to just stick onto Miracle quite easily at this point in the game.
Yeah, he knows that that's the major damage dealer, like we said.
It's really good fights from Tundra, just reading the movements perfectly, always setting up, always being aggressive. And as we said, they've got their ults available here. They see ILTW, can't go get on top of him, but they'll push him away.
Room at all anymore, Fog.
Skeeter just runs in and steals his Ancients instantly, and he's just hitting these crazy item timings. Almost has Scotty finished up also on Skeeter.
Oh god, the Elven Tunic here for Skeeter.
Oh, baby.
He just drops all the items over there too, you know? Cloak of Flames. Anyone? Any takers? Yeah.
633, get over
here.
Here you go. Give me your fan brace. Thank you.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Just littering, leaving their slippers of agility on the floor.
Are fortified.
Very effective use of gold so far for Tundra. 808 on Skeeter, as we said, the standout so far for this game. 9 also BKB, so they just got 2 different ways to protect themselves when they do get jumped from this Night Stalker in the back. And game is feeling really hard for Team NIGMA now at this point.
Yeah, they made dynamic item choices. Again, not something you typically see on a Tidehunter. You don't see that Yules, but he's doing it. We've got a Chrysalis over here on Lena.
I like it.
Dishing out the damage.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
The quiver found over on the side of Radiant here. I thought that was going over on the side of Tundra, and I was like, oh, perfect.
That would be nice.
No.
They do find themselves a sliver on the side of Tundra, though. Another really good pickup this game. That base damage, that status resist, everything here for the Void, just gonna amp him up on top of this. I don't know if they're gonna kill Skeeter, honestly, this game. He is gonna have 3,000 HP plus way more effective HP when he's solared and he has a sliver, so he is going to be quite impossible to be being brought down, especially with a Void. All right, a Batten at his side too.
He's gotta just, if they want to kill Skeeter, he's gotta A, be alone, B, not have his Chronosphere, and then C, they gotta dump everything on him, and that is not the position that you want to be in.
No, they gotta get the fear into the stun, into just a full follow-up, but yeah, there's so much backup from Tundra, and it's a very all-in item choice, as we said. I feel like this is do or die here for Team NIGMA. The SNY and the Diffusal's done for the Jug. It's about to hit level 18. It really does feel like if this next fight doesn't go well for them, Tundra's gonna start just fully taking over the entire map.
And they do get themselves a quiver over on the side of Tundra.
Lena's gonna hurt.
I mean, she's already hurt. Let's be really honest here. But yeah, look at this. They can't defend these towers. They'll put out the fortification, but
she's about to be 20, so Fiery Soul stacks also will be even stronger. And Jug has to be careful now how he spins. If he just spins in a bad position, Nine might just be able to right-click him down himself.
We're getting to that point.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
This is excellent play so far for them. Everyone, I mean, they're never splitting up. They're never getting caught out of position from this Night Stalker movements at all.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the counter at this point in the game. It's just don't be alone.
Look at Miracle. Spider legs into this little spot here in the trees and starts whittling down the tower with Edict. They're trying to do it with what they can so far, since I think they are feeling that pressure.
They'll find themselves a courier at the very least. It is a Spotus, but
this one's
a big one though over here. You know?
It's dead.
This isn't over.
LTW?
How long is he going to be able to just do that? That was the question.
Anytime Skeeter's there, he won't be able to.
He's just not afraid at all. He's just charging over here at GH. Just have to be a little bit careful. LTW now is here, so we should be able to get himself a nice pick-off kill.
Okay. The one-time fight, I feel like the few times that he has made a mistake this game, but he's been excellent so far.
Yeah.
Like, his deaths have been so perfect, the way he's just been revealing the positioning of Team NIGMA. A big fan so far. Again.
Oh my god, the same spot!
Oh my
The
goodness.
same exact same spot.
He is making quite some mistakes this time around. He's getting punished. Also, we see snaking with the shard picked up that extra little bit of stun when you are in melee range. Scatter blast.
Miracle is doing everything that he can over here. He realizes, okay, he's dead. We can't, we can't fight. We can't do it. We just got to split push. And the Daedalus is now completed for this Lina.
This feels very tough.
Bottom tower
This Jug is very out of the game so far here. And he went the earlier game items, and he's not been able to have the successful fights. Tundra going to start working on high ground, but so is Miracle. Edict does push quite fast. They're going to have to back up and respond.
Keeping home.
33.
Silence. Nice play here. BKB coming out from mind control. Be able to
gets
it
him
out,
with
but
the
he doesn't
Yules.
have to find Miracle over here on the side. Again, the Yules will drop the Terrorize. 9 hunting. No, they started winding up. They didn't fully commit to it yet, but they need to get there fast because Miracle, he's just chipping them. Look at this damage.
Shredded.
Oh my word. Fata chasing after GH now.
Get over here.
Gonna navigate the maze here. Oh, nope, not quite.
Whatever, got a shield. Pop a mango. Pop one of my 5 clarities. This is just, yeah, really good movements across the map. Tundra also recognizing that they got to be a little careful of these Edict split pushes, immediately swing back over, start to push back themselves. 33 dragging the wave as well from bottom.
I mean, the easy solution is you just kill Miracle.
Yep.
And that's where he's dead right now. So they'll be pushing out these waves, taking down the vision, which also hurts so bad because LTW, he just wants to farm.
GH.
Try to catch up. GH here, uses the Shadow Realm, has the blink, goes down the brambles. 9's on his way, though.
Nice play there from GH. Dodging the first little shredder hit there with the Shadow Realm so he can get the blink off. Then he uses snaking midair.
Ooh, 9.
We'll retake that outpost, and 9 might be able to find GH anyway. Nope.
He blinks.
Does get away. Nice little plays from GH.
Mind control. Ooh, Fata. Didn't quite see him there.
But they're having to just avoid. They cannot fight into Tundra, which is a huge problem. And this Jug continues to get bigger. This Lina continues to get bigger as well. This game is very problematic for them.
They need to be the aggressors over on the side of NIGMA, and they're having so much difficulty just finding these engagements. It looked pretty decent earlier on with mind control, starting to make these rotations, but they just started taking really beautiful team fights over in that mid lane. And Peter's here. He sees Miracle. He just wants to erase him again. The Yules will come out, though. Look at 33, trying to get his position. Dark Ascension will get popped.
Gotta catch some of these back heroes, but as we've said, they've got double mute magic immunity.
He just walks right in. Mind control, getting the jump over here. Silence. They have the dust. Can they follow up? Couple of these spins. Skeeter trying to poke away. They have the BKB. Mind control just hasting it here over after snaking. Has to be careful because look at this damage as they chase after him. And I hear a Ravage over on the other side. Followed up with this beautiful Chronos here. They'll take down Kuro. And they're going right back in again. They'll take down Miracle. ILTW. Look at these clicks coming out here from 9. He just has to get a little bit closer. 33 is here. They have the Yules. They can set up for the LSA. The cookie out forward. That is a dead Juggernaut.
That honestly feels a game. This has been a relentless play here so far from Tundra. Not letting NIGMA get any type of successful fights. ILTW really struggling so much this game.
They're
2
going
and
ahead.
6. Yeah, I don't think there's anything NIGMA can do versus this at all. These Chronos, absolutely perfect from Skeeter. Tundra, this was a beautiful game, honestly.
Yeah, you can tell they figured it's pretty much over here. Although they do buy back on the Jug. Mind control trying to jump over onto the back lines, but he's just immediately blown up.
He's just gonna get hit by the Lina. He's dead.
Look at this. ILTW thought maybe I could spit. Okay, they'll follow up. They'll drop the rock. They try to get off the damage here with these fatal bonds, and they went for the Omni Slash, but it's just not enough damage here because they have the Yule. They have everything they need to counteract this Jug.
And GH gets 3-shotted by 9.
Yep.
GG.
GG.
What a play coming out from Tundra. Itemization on point, the way that they constantly just fought these battles, and yeah, Skeeter, he I think for me is the MVP. Even though he fought to break some smokes, eat some ganks and stuff like that, it was really Skeeter's Chronos. He was catching 4 or 5 heroes, or catching like 3-4, just on the cusp of it so that these kisses can be perfect, and yeah, great execution. I don't know if NIGMA knows what hit them just there.
I don't know, but they looked very, very impressive. And we saw some cheeky individual play, too. I really appreciated that Ravage over on the mid lane when they were trying to take down LTW just went perfectly and then getting off the stun. But yeah, you know, Tundra, they are ready. They're ready to fight. They are not going out of this without, you know, hitting very, very hard. And you got to appreciate it. I'm pretty excited about this.
Yep, the constant battles with some